Wonderful people on the internet. My name is Alan, and I am the Dungeon Master for Legends of Solari, Episode 14, War is Looming. So, feels nice to have the full party back together, that's for sure. We miss you, Neo.
Yes.
They miss you. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been tuning in. We can't do this without you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm going to just throw it straight to Thomas right now because he has a very important announcement to make.
I do have an announcement to make. So there is a wonderful company out there called Libris Arcana, librisarcana.com, and they do dice subscriptions. So every month they send out a box of dice to you. You know, you pay for it. But it's every month it comes and you get dice and it's cool. And coming up very soon, those that get them are going to get stickers that look like this, along with a little card with our quest to 1,000. So we are looking to get 1,000 followers on Twitch and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And if we do that, every time we pass 100, we will be giving away one of these mugs on the stream. And we are at 295 subscribers on YouTube today, right now. We just need 5 more, and then we'll give away one of these mugs to somebody. So tell a couple of friends, or tell 5 friends, have them go and subscribe, and then we'll give one of these away at the break. I think that's it. Mm-hmm. Yes, subscribe, follow. We only need 35 more on Twitch, so.
It's possible we might be giving away 2 mugs today. Possibly. Don't know.
Tell 35 of your friends, and then we'll...
Exactly. So, yeah, these mugs are awesome. They hold exactly 1 beer for any of those out there inclined to the alcohol. Anyway,
I feel like if somebody tells 35 of their friends and they get 35 more likes or subscribes to us tonight, maybe there might even be a mug in there for them.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
So anyways, everyone at home, just sit back, relax, grab a snack, and enjoy the impending chaos. Welcome back to Legends of Solari. So, picking up where we last left off, you guys left the small town of Cattell to head back on track to Southport after hijinks happened on the sea. So, during your trip to Southport, not much happened necessarily. You got back to the original spot where you guys had the crash, and somebody decided to do a little bit of treasure diving. And you were able to find something, a very flat stone with a face on it that Sebastian recognizes as a sending stone. But you only have 1/2 of it. I wonder where the other half could be.
New stone, who dis?
And as you guys made it closer to Southport, Koufax continued to have his very disturbing dreams of a past event. And as you guys got to the border of the outskirts of Southport, you saw that the military is prepping to invade the Orcish homelands. So, as you guys walk above the hill, and your horses have died from exhaustion and malnourishment and thirst.
It's because we didn't have you.
Mm-hmm.
Eo's still not there with you right now.
Oh yeah, it's because we didn't have
She
you.
would have paid attention.
Yeah.
True.
So, the town of Southport is the 2nd largest city by population in Greater Solari. Although West Harbor is the largest city, the town climate's a little different here. It's less dense, so people aren't bumping each other in the shoulder, and just the buildings are much different here. It's more loose fabrics, tents, lots of loose stone buildings that are made to more like Pueblo-style box-shaped places. On one side, you see the beautiful Voss Sea with its sapphire blue waters, and the other side, you see palm trees lining everywhere. To the far north, you can still see the Gobs Hill, and yeah, welcome to the southern jewel of Solari. Chester, you hold residence in this town. This is your hometown.
Wow, yes I do.
So, as you guys are on the outskirts of the town, what do you guys want to do?
Well,
Shall we freshen up?
yes.
Yeah.
Lodging would be nice.
Well, I have room for all. It is not exactly a castle, but it is a villa. Shall we to my abode?
Yep.
So, Chester, tell me, where is the Cella Estate located?
Well, it's about a half-mile outside of the main town, about 3 acres. A quaint little space. We have all the comforts of home and nice little ranch. I don't know if you'd call it a ranch or perhaps a what? I'm trying to remember the name of these things. I'm not actually from the South in real life.
But, before we how do we get our wagon down this hill?
Push it.
Well, coincidence might have
Jump
it
in.
that my villa is right over there. And I suppose if we were to push it down the hill, we could steer towards my drive.
How are we gonna steer it?
I imagine there's some sort of gearing in the front. We could rig a rope to one side and one to the other.
So, there is. The 4 dead horses are still tied to it. But yes, you would be able, if there was some sort of pack. If some sort of pack animal or some person were to be pulling it, you would be able to steer the wagon.
Would that I had a 4th level spell called polymorph.
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, we could. I could go to the villa and bring back a pack animal. I believe we still have a few.
Yes.
Sure.
There are things on here on this cart that I would like to keep. To sell later.
The 35
Well, perhaps
35
swords.
Which we did confirm are lying face down in the bottom of
Yes,
the
you did
cart.
not bring
Yeah.
the crate. Okay.
With no discernible markings of any kind, other than gold handles. How about y'all pull the cart to the side of the road and unhitch our doomed animals here, and I will walk down to my villa and return with a couple of oxen.
Are we still making jerky out of them?
Why not?
All right.
Let
I'm
good
hungry.
horse meat go to waste?
You guys are
Dave.
We're not
Waste
savages,
not.
we're efficient.
Waste not.
True.
Okay, so
Your sacrifice shall not be in vain.
so what's the plan right now? Are you gonna separate from the
I
group to
shall
head
walk
home?
down to my humble villa over
Okay.
there.
So I will say, for the sake of this, you guys are still on the outskirts of town. The Cella Estate, or the Cella family estate, isn't that close to you guys. It's still a bit of ways, maybe 3/4 of a mile. Not too far, but still, it'll take them a while to get there. So you're gonna head straight home.
I shall head straight home.
Yeah, it's been a long time since you've been home, but everything seems normal. Make a perception check.
18, I think?
Oh,
Yes, 18.
Wow. The place is not in disrepair. Most of the servants that worked at the Cella Estate, maybe they might still be there, but you don't see any of them. But the place looks undisturbed.
Would make sense. A minor plantation of sorts has to be run, and it does create an income. Although not much these days, as I understand it.
And most of your workers on your estate would be paid through your parents' fortune, not yours.
Well, and through the income of the
Through the income
plantation.
of the plantation itself. So, what do you grow on your estate?
I don't know what they grow these days. We used to grow quite a bit of wheat and corn, but that moved north towards Maysfield Wheaton about 50 years ago. So things have changed, but I have not been home in nigh a decade.
Yeah. Just
Possibly
looking.
peppers.
So actually, just looking into the fields where you used to grow your crop, it's definitely not wheat and corn anymore. It's a green plant, but the leaves of it sort of like sag off slightly. There's no biology check in this game. Make a nature check.
15.
15. You recognize this to be tobacco.
Well, if it makes money and people want it, I guess we shall grow it.
And it's not a large crop of it. It's well sized, but it's more like sort of like for like private use and for like maybe like a farmer market, sort of like.
I feel like I can even smell a little in the air.
Oh yeah.
For those at home, it is a bit smoky today. We are experiencing a fire outside somewhere.
California for you people, California. So yeah,
I miss the earthquakes.
Well, I would probably go see if I can make a short homecoming. Knock on the front door. I don't know if I knock. Probably enter the front foyer and announce my return.
And you open the door. The house is as immaculate as you remember it to be. A little dusty. Whatever happened to your butlers or maids? Maybe they haven't been working here for a while. The house, the inside of the house, maybe hasn't been kept very well. But you get no sound of anybody. But the house is still in good shape.
Why would no one be here? My father has not passed. He should be around.
I think your dad did die.
I do not recall my father passing.
Well, it's been a while since I read your character back, your full character. I remember your parents being dead, but anyways, guess not.
Okay.
Okay, guess not. So,
My parents.
Great relationship there, buddy.
for the people at home, when you write a character backstory, it's often, especially when it's like 13 pages long, sometimes you do forget the details. But it's okay. Yeah, the house is in the same place. You do see a note left on sort of like a nice corner side table there. And when you pick up the note, it just says, Lord Cella, it has been an honor to work with you, but most of us workers have decided to pursue other financial opportunities. So we left this house in as best condition as possible, and it's dated like a year back. So it's like your house has been pretty derelict.
Who is tending the fields?
So for that, you don't know who's been tending the fields, but your crops are perfectly fine.
Well, I'd make a brief look around the house, but I guess at the moment, another day, another hour won't hurt. Go towards the stables. Are there any horse remaining? Any oxen in the field?
There's one ox.
One ox?
You find one ox and a very, very young mare. Nothing. The horse isn't fully grown yet.
Well, has the ox got its yoke on?
Yeah.
Well, then I shall
Healthy ox.
grab the ox and abscond with it to my friends.
Animal handling check.
Oh no.
It's breaking free.
7.
As you'd think an ox would be. It's very stubborn. But with enough encouragement, you get to move very, very slowly.
That's all right. He can take his time. We are butchering horses out in the
That's true.
Make a, oh boy.
All right.
All of us.
I can't hack it off.
Survival check for you three.
Oh wow.
21.
11.
13.
Yeah, Sebastian. It's like
Your wizard is
is a great butcher.
well skilled.
It's like the scene in the
Making
first Tomb Raider
fillets,
game. It's
horse
just like,
fillets.
and you're cutting up dead horsemen. Yeah.
Is there something you're not telling us?
Can you do that to enemies?
He's a wizard. I believe there are many things he's not telling us.
Oh,
Wait, what's
glad-
that?
We're not
glad-
here.
glad
You're not
you're
here.
And, filthy wizards.
He's shouting very far from the distance.
So it's gonna take you a while to encourage the oxen to get to them, but you three actually, from the distance of where you guys came, you do see. Is that red hair? And walking up to you guys right now is Io, in probably the worst shape you've ever seen him. His clothes are all tattered, hair is all in a frizzle, and Io, you've been. For what happened, you don't know after that fight back in Cattell, but something spooked Precious, and you've been chasing Precious through the desert the last 2 days.
Not that I'm going to tell anyone that. Oh, well, if it isn't my merry band of friends,
What happened to you?
let me tell you the story. Where's Chester?
He's Do
On
some
my way.
Yeah, that.
He's getting a.
Perhaps we can sit down and I can tell you the tale over drinks, perhaps.
When you get there, you see the horrible sight of Sebastian flaying 4 horses.
What are you doing?
We forgot to feed the horses.
You forgot to what?
In my defense, I mentioned something about 5 minutes before they collapsed.
The horses forgot to tell us that they were hungry.
That's
The
true.
horses forgot to... Really, Sebastian?
And
That's what
true.
you go with.
It's true, though.
They weren't complaining.
Yeah. They were just there.
They were pretty chill.
Pretty chill at dying.
Oh, speaking of which, they're
poor
pretty
animals.
cold now.
Okay, well... No, you guys are very good at some things, but others...
But now we have food. And rations.
No thanks.
I will say for the
I'm
sake of
fine.
this, for what meat there were on these really skinny, malnourished horses.
You couldn't tell by their bones peeking out from underneath their skins? Honestly, none of you actually
have 2
take
pounds of
care of
horse
any
meat.
horses. Ever.
I have servants.
Do I look like?
I used to tend to the horses
I
on
imagine
every
you
trip
did
I was
quite
on, and it used to be my job.
And after a good 35 minutes
And
pass,
I'm really surprised. I would have let them die.
and you see Chester from below the hill. You see Chester stubbornly pulling a horse. Not a horse, an ox. So yeah.
Stubborn as an ox. I like it.
So are we going to go and find a lodging and maybe I can get this cleaned up a
Well,
little bit?
we're in luck, apparently.
Good.
Shall we to
Why?
my villa?
You have a villa?
I do.
You did not tell me about this.
My family has an estate here in Southport.
Where?
Apparently, they haven't been around in a while, but
I guess it's
The
good
estate
to
is
be
still here.
not elves from Elfland then.
well, I'm both. Luckily, I am an elf from from the Elflands, and I am a human from the human lands, and in this case, it is to our benefit.
Well,
But yeah, I could use a bath as well.
Shall we? Would,
And you shall to the Cella Estate. And it's a nice place. It's not too large, not too small, just a nice little southern villa ranch style house in Southport. Most of the house is white with red shingles. It's a very, very pretty looking house. Yeah, comfortable. So feel free.
Columns out front, large double door on your way into the inside, a beautiful lane of green leading up to the front of the house.
The green has turned a little yellow.
Well, it's a beautiful lane of green. Shall we? Though we have many bedrooms, you can all have your own.
This is quite the estate.
Apparently, it's been abandoned by our servants, paid as they were. Which begs the question: who is taking care of who is tending to the tobacco, which we apparently now grow? But since I have found no one in the house, please find yourself at home. I will be in the kitchen, looking to prepare a little something, and possibly finding some whiskey.
Well, we got something already partially prepared.
I do believe jerky takes a couple of days, but
Guess we're making skewers.
well, we could
burgers.
grill out back for sure.
ew.
They eat horse burger in a wonderful land I call I've heard tell of Europe. I believe they do eat horse meat burgers over there.
Whether or not burgers exist in Solari.
Horse meat sandwiches.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
Yes. I will go and find myself something like greens.
There's plenty here. There should be.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do right now in the Cella Estate? Oh, it's dark by now. You guys.
Shower.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
Well, we
maybe
have baths.
Take a bath.
maybe we all freshen up and come down back and hang out for a while.
We can tell each other of our adventures.
I would love to hear what you've been doing the past
Oh,
2
it's
days.
quite a tale.
Did you get my message? Obviously, you got my message.
He sent. He used the spell message to do sending to you. So.
Yes, but what was it?
It was, if I remember, just basically they're on their way to Southport. Meet him at the Cella Estate. That was basically it.
What's directions here?
It was the directions.
You know, I was a bit busy, but did.
I mean, you did find your way here.
I found my
so-
way here, so apparently I guess I did.
Maybe you accidentally sent it to Precious.
Maybe
Precious was the one
that's why.
heading to Southport.
Perhaps I had the wrong mind in mind.
Okay. Okay.
Should I be insulted by that? Never mind.
No?
Just don't. I'm gonna go and take a bath, and also take Precious and give him a bath as well. He's
Okay,
equally
so
dirty.
you're getting a bath. Okay, well, what is everyone else doing?
Oh, Precious gets
Shower.
a bath.
Okay, you're waiting
Yeah.
waiting for a bath.
We're all just waiting in line for a
Yeah.
bath, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're pretty much all.
Unless you have more than like one bath.
There are multiple rooms here. There's a very large well outside. You can all draw a bath. It is meant for many, for the comforts of many.
Awesome.
Sounds good. I shall do that.
So you're all bathing. Okay, for the sake of this, you bathe. Not very hard to do. So Chester, specific for you, while just going about your house, it looks relatively undisturbed. It's weird because the last time you were here, a few years back, you remember you had a couple servants still working here, but they've upped and left. There's a sense of basically as if nothing has changed. The only thing different is that maybe make an investigation check just real quick. Is it lower than 5? Okay, exactly 5?
Yeah.
There could be someone living here. I mean, the dust layer on top of the furniture is relatively caked in. It's like it's been a while since someone's been like cleaned, but just going about, it's like there's fresh food. Someone's been tending the field. So yeah.
Can I go
And
outside?
there's
guess it's a
monster
monster.
downstairs.
Oh
No, I'm just really hungry. That's what it is.
Cora.
I have some
stomach.
horse steak.
So now I come down completely cleaned, and my hair's been brushed, and I look just as lovely as ever.
You
And very
you appear as if you were wearing a glamour almost. You
No, just
freshen up
clean.
well.
I feel naked.
You don't have your hats.
Well,
You gave them away.
I did.
To be fair.
I did.
we may not have the fanciest of hats here, but I do believe my father used to keep a small collection of his own upstairs to the right. If you care to don another hat.
I will go and look.
All right, so as you enter his father's bedroom, which is a pretty grand bedroom, large king-size bed with the 4 podiums and the thing that swoops on
The
top.
canopy.
The canopy, yes. There is a hat rack on the side with 2 hats. One looks like a black felt skull cap, very similar to that of a yarmulke, but it's much larger, so it can actually fit over the most of your head, and has a nice little red feather that comes out of it. And the other hat is very similar to that of Chester's. It is a large, like southern a slouch hat, where it's the brim sort of like comes in and bends a little bit. It's like a slouch hat. So, yeah.
I did forget. Yes, my father did pass away.
Thank you. Okay, I need to change. By all means, take some time to socialize. I need to figure out what to do next.
So, quick question.
Thank you.
So how did you
I'm pretty
forget
sure your
your
father
father
was dead.
was
So
So,
yeah.
quick question then.
Because
what's
I
up?
wrote this backstory about 2 months ago.
So,
Yeah.
in this land of Chala, that makes him the head Chala.
He is the
He is
head
the head
chala. No, you don't get inspiration for that. Damn it. Don't you? It's not gonna be that easy, okay?
I'll take this slouch hat.
The slouch hat.
Fail me again.
And,
I'll text you a picture of what it might look like. But yeah, it's a very nice, worn down slouch hat, but it's nice brown leather with a nice band across it and a gold buckle. Yeah, it's a very nice hat.
I'm actually gonna put it in the backpack because I kind of like this freeing feeling without a hat.
Oh,
It's freeing.
okay. So I'm just sitting by a fire. I'm guessing there's a fire.
I wrote
Looks
my own
just like a-
backstory slightly confusing
Oh,
to
nice.
myself.
Yeah.
It's one of those
It was
musketeer hats.
mysterious circumstances. Not. I thought I had not found out that my father had died yet. It was mysterious circumstances that I had not discovered yet.
Right,
Gotcha.
yes.
My apologies. Well, I write it down.
Chester, did you happen to find any of that whiskey?
I did look through the kitchen, did I?
Yeah. There's alcohol here, still stocked. And the more you're going about just looking in the kitchen, it's like, it's clear somebody's been living here.
Well, my estate is abandoned. My servants no longer work here, but someone is tending things, and we shall discover who it is. Perhaps it is someone I know. Do I notice anything distinct about the pattern of the footsteps or things left about?
Make an investigation check.
10.
10. You do notice it's the dust in here is really kicked in because as the letter said, the servants left about a year ago. It was dated a year back, and so you just from looking on the ground and all the tile, it's footsteps. Yeah, very very small feet. Similar, it's a little slightly large, actually much larger than that of Cora's, but slightly smaller than a normal person. Actually, wait, how big are their feet? Their footprints here, definitely. Definitely of a humanoid persuasion.
Larger than Cora's.
Should we go hunting for a squatter?
I thought we were going to go and actually relay the tales of our adventures.
Perhaps.
There is
yes.
a stranger living in this house.
True. All right, fine.
And I don't want to be murdered while sleeping.
Well, it's a small street, and there are 5 of us.
We can easily just follow the footsteps.
Perhaps we
Yes.
shall just follow the footsteps around, and then, actually, perhaps one of you could prepare some supper while we do a brief investigation.
I will
Well, then, Cora, you shall look with me.
look and
ready.
find whatever we can to go with, along with horse.
All right, so
steak.
who's cooking and who's investigating?
Chester.
Stick?
Investigating.
I guess it's
Go
Sebastian and
adventures.
I are going to be making this
Okay,
meal.
so both of you guys just roll a d20 and tell me and add your intelligence modifier. This is an intelligence roll.
I'm gonna use
Wait, hold on.
lucky.
Are you investigating or are you? Oh no, I'm asking for the cooks.
My bad.
Yeah, the cooks.
As long
We may
as
be
it's-
ordering out.
What did you say? It's
Intelligence.
Tobacco-wrapped horse meat?
So add your intelligence modifier.
19.
19? Even
not
though
how you
your
spoke.
character is...
Tobacco salad, some horse meat, and ketchup.
That's what...
Maybe we.
Old ketchup.
It's the vinegar. It's just separated.
You actually, it's funny because you see Sebastian, who isn't really accustomed to cooking necessarily. You see him walk out ripping tobacco plants, not knowing what it is, and he's starting to make a salad out of tobacco leaves.
What are you doing?
This seemed like the right thing to do.
You do know that that's tobacco, right?
Uh,
We smoked
Of course. Yes, yeah. We didn't know that was tobacco.
He's just smoking the meat.
Tobacco smoked horse meat sounds disgusting.
Okay. And you basically is like, slow down, I got this answer. You three, make investigation checks.
Good thing that last one didn't count.
11.
Oh, you jerk.
Okay.
Lucky.
Oh, you're burning a luck point. Okay.
20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Wow. Okay.
We shall find something.
We're ready.
All right, so as you guys go about the Cella Estate, you follow the footprints, and they go everywhere. It's clearly someone's been just living about here. Not much in the sign of like clothing, or just like any like sort of like evidence that like any like physical tangible evidence that someone's living here, but someone has been here. And Kofex, as you're going about the outsides, you see is that a cellar door? Hidden under like sort of like the sand and like sort of like the dirt as someone just patched it over. So it's a cellar door leading down, and this looks brand new. It's the wood and the stone for the door. It's new, just built.
Well, this is not supposed to be here.
I had a feeling.
Let's go.
Is there a lock?
There is a lock.
Shall we break? Thank you.
You gonna swing at it?
How
Yeah,
about I pick it just in case we don't want to take someone off down there?
All right.
And okay, so you're gonna try to pick the lock,
Take
right?
someone off down there.
The minute you grab at this really large ornate padlock, and you try to pick at it, the keyhole moves.
All right, now can I whack
You try
at it?
to go for it again. Keylock move. The keyhole moves again.
Well,
Yeah, Cora. all yours.
Perhaps I shall dispel magic our little law.
That works.
Okay. What level do you cast Dispel Magic at?
Well, 3?
Okay. Let me just double check something with Dispel Magic and higher level spells. Give me 1 second. Oh no, not add. No add. Okay.
No ad.
Dispel Magic.
I mean, the door is wood. I could just break
If
that.
it is a spell
Seems
of
so
3rd
nice,
level
though.
or lower, it
It was
It was
automatically.
described as very
Alright.
nice.
So okay, for must make ability with the.
Excuse me.
Ooh. What's your spell save DC?
14.
You cast Dispel Magic and nothing happens. I rolled way higher. Than that.
All right.
Right now, can I whack at it?
Okay.
All right.
Roll. Just roll. I'm rolling attack. What is it?
Rolls a 2.
You bring the axe down towards the door where the wooden door is, and it's really weird. It's like a magical repelling force, and you just swings your axe back. The door is magically sealed.
God.
Well, I don't have.
Maybe we just stomp on it.
Can I make something with Tinker?
I bend down and I knock. Politely.
Nothing happens.
Good. I would have felt like an idiot.
Nothing happens. Nothing at all. You guys are standing outside.
I stomp the door.
Stomp door.
Nothing happens.
Where would this be in relation to the rest of my house?
This is outside. It's next to the house, but it's.
Does it appear to go underneath the house?
It does. Yes.
Perhaps we shall go back inside the dining room and dig a hole in the floor.
Oh, I would love that.
Sebastian, my friend,
Yes, what is it?
calling through the window. Would you possibly be able to help us deal with a magical locked door outside that should not be here?
You're just go. You're totally. just go. It's
Okay.
fine. I've got it.
I smell a delicious dinner.
Leo.
Glad to hear we're doing you a favor.
Yes.
Just keep him out of the tobacco leaves.
I am mostly useless as a spellcaster.
That's a mood.
Oh, you just fireball it.
That's true. You can just fireball it.
Shall we not?
I was
light
being
my
sarcastic.
fire?
I didn't mean that literally.
I did.
Not a
Stone,
Hadouken. It's an
but,
explosion. The title of the spell is very misleading.
I have no way of getting into something like that.
Well, I'm out of 3rd level spell slots for the day that I'm aware of. So,
Can I use Tinker to make a tool to try to open it?
You could try, but I mean, you could definitely try.
Perhaps there is another entrance to this place.
if only I.
Are you guys all back in the main house now?
Or
Yeah.
a key.
Okay.
Are there any like layouts or floor plans?
Why don't we eat first and then we can figure it out after that?
You know, let's do
Eat
We
and have
did
a drink.
find it.
Sounds like a good idea.
Fair
And you
enough.
guys eat horse steaks.
I don't, but they can.
Okay.
Sound
There is whatever you can scrounge up, nuts, vegetables here.
Plenty of tobacco leaves.
Not that we eat those.
Yeah.
Don't eat the pickles.
Oh yeah, don't eat the pickle. Don't eat
do
the
not eat the
pickles.
pickles.
Don't open the pickle.
No,
That
no.
too.
What
Just don't touch the pickle jar.
Sebastian.
It's not me.
Dude, what's going on with the pickles? Apparently there are
so
pickles.
they're
that we
trapped.
didn't
I have
know.
discovered that I have a beautiful spell called not here called
This is hilarious.
Glyph of wrong.
Glyph of
Yes.
Was it
It
Glyph of
is
Warden?
Glyph
Yes,
of
Glyph of Warden. I can imbue objects with magical properties, mostly exploding magical properties. So I have we acquired a jar of pickles after our last little adventure, and I have turned it into a bomb.
I really want a pickle.
How
Well,
badly?
good to know. I'm glad I don't have anything that any loves pickles. All right.
The
And
one
as you get-
vegetarian
Moving-
dish we had.
Moving on.
As you guys are enjoying a dinner, this is actually like the first time all 5 of you have ever like gotten to one place and just
Sat
and
down
enjoy.
around a table together.
And enjoy.
Not since the tavern in Maysfield.
So, you're going to have to actually tell me about all of your adventures and how you let the horses die.
Huh, that part was easy.
We just forgot.
They didn't tell us they were hungry.
Very simple.
Feed your horses, people.
You would think they would have eaten anything
Around,
they could have
or the
found.
grass or something.
You're walking through a
Sounds-
desert.
Very
They
few
can find a
shrubbery.
cactus.
do
There were
have-
scorpions.
They can eat that.
I do have
Horses don't
create-
eat scorpions.
or create food, so I could have done something.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me you're going
I did not know.
to. Anyway.
I also need to go and take a poop. Because if we don't say it, then apparently it doesn't happen.
I hope this shows how valuable you are to us. More than anything.
Could you
Because,
perhaps
you
take
know,
a poop
you need
on the
to
magical lock
save
outside?
All right. Okay,
We
anyway.
just cannot
Are you
function properly.
defecating on the lock outside? Okay.
Allow our squatter to
Besides
know
that.
in no uncertain terms that we
I think he'd be the,
find him full of shit.
I think he'd be the
door.
new squatter after that.
Just shit on at the door and then you'll be fine. Because you'll open the door and it'll just fall in.
That does sound kind of like a shitty solution, though.
Ew. While we are enjoying our repast, regale us of tales,
I
perhaps.
am going to go. I will return in 11 minutes.
Okay.
While we wait 11 minutes, tell us 11 minutes of desert story.
That's a story. Okay, well, let's see.
Yeah, I don't.
So you know how all
Where?
the buildings
Around
were on
the
fire,
door,
right?
in case anything comes out of it.
So I heard screams, and I went and ran to go and find these poor souls to take them out of the fire. And luckily, I had managed to save a few, and together we actually were able to get a few of their houses put out. Now, when I got back to the main group, no one was there. So I went and found Precious, and we decided to make our way towards Southport. Now, on our way, we were actually taken captive by orcs. I think it might have been that same band that might have been, roving about and we encountered. There was a leader, his name was Umer, and they took us captive, and we were held captive by them as they were traveling. It was very sad existence for a day or two. They found Precious, and they were arguing about what they were going to do with him, whether they were going to eat him, roast him alive, or they were going to sell him for goods. Luckily, I was able to cast tongues, so I was able to understand a bit of this, and I came up with the very delightful idea of maybe I would give them a performance, and maybe they would take pity on me. And so I knew this song in Orcish. My friend, who I once knew at the Bard College, had taught me this song in Orcish. So I sang that in the saddest way that I could. It's this beautiful tale of war and devastation, and how much the orcs miss their original homelands before they were delegated to the Badlands, and how they just want to go back there. But unfortunately, there's this war and love in this story. And so they were moved, apparently, and they let me go. And so they, and I traveled with them for a few days. I got to learn a few things about why they were there and what led them to this place of thievery. And they seemed to be very sorry, but they said that they felt that they were so ostracized by everyone else and that they're already pegged as being criminals, so why not be criminals? Plus, the leader we had killed and was really someone who pushed them into that. So they, so after another day or two of traveling southward, they let us go. But that's why you saw me in that disheveled state. Luckily, Precious didn't get harmed out of that, but hey, that was my journey. What about yours? Was it as interesting as that?
Well, I cannot speak to the flavor of Tiny Dragon, but they seem to be. You seem to have run into some very reasonable orcs.
Luckily enough, I knew how to handle some orcs. I mean, I do like orcs. I actually like them as a people.
They're not bad people.
They are not.
They do not eat the same things I eat, but that does not mean anything.
Well, they get pushed to certain things, and then desperate calls call for desperate measures. I was just lucky I had any knowledge of orc lifestyle did my friend.
Quite
And it helps.
quite a good fortune there. I would love to hear this song of the orc sometime if you would play it for us.
I will play it for you. At some point, I need to find a new instrument since, my instruments got blown up on the ship.
Oh.
Perhaps,
Okay.
perhaps in the music room, you would like, you might find something to your taste. There is a music
Perhaps.
room. on the first floor. It's down towards the end of the hallway there. But perhaps we shall tell you a little bit of our tale.
Yes. So what happened with you?
We did good things.
Good things.
We did good things.
I noticed that you guys do not have the law scale with you anymore. What happened to that?
We let the law
died.
scale go.
Well, yes, we did, and then they ran off like
they ran
the
off.
cowards that they were.
We helped
I
put out the
remember.
fires, kill the orcs and gnolls that were attacking.
I was there. I do
yes.
remember that.
Well,
And then we headed to Cattell, where we went to a tavern and then the next day we
well, in that tavern.
in that tavern.
We ran into a dwarf who had not
yes.
paid his tab in over a year. And it turns out that dwarf also had not paid that tab because he had been dealing with some very frustrating.
A little giant problem.
A little giant problem. A rather large giant problem. Well, it turns out this dwarf was a pickle farmer.
Oh, that's where the pickles come in. Okay.
And these giants had
We're eating his cucumbers.
very, very stupid giants.
Giants generally are stupid.
Had happened upon his
Oh, these
cucumber
ones were.
to pickle operation, and
We asked them nicely to leave first.
they refused, and so I blew the shin off of one, and then he crushed
As
me,
you do. And he crushed you.
and then he fell on our friend over there, and then the other one fell on
Yeah.
the one.
He was in one piece then.
Oh, and now I'm known as
Oh,
Corner the
we almost
Castrator.
died
We
again.
almost died
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
Known as
yeah.
Corner the Castrator. Okay.
And then I got hit by a giant rock.
Never
and now I
letting
have
you
a
near my
scar on my
balls.
head.
Ever.
And the minute you hear Cora say that, she turns her back to you, and there's this gnarly scar that runs from the back of like her, from the top part of her spine all the way up to the top of her scalp. Just one line straight through her.
What
Yeah.
happened?
I got hit in the head.
You got hit in the head. Okay.
Yeah.
And
The
you
giant's
had
pretty
no-
nasty.
Yeah.
It can be.
One had a front butt and fell on him.
Dude,
It took all
We're
of
gonna leave
bad
that.
to-
We're gonna leave that part of the
bad.
story after her.
and disgusting and hilarious all at the same
It
time.
was hilarious, and then I discovered I could imbue objects with hilarious properties, and now we have an exploding jar of pickles. And I believe I also made one other object. Oh yes, I made a coin with Beacon of Hope. It is whoever I pass the coin to, cast the spell. I will probably continue doing that as often as possible.
So I come back 11 minutes later. Well, obviously to have this conversation. I go, oh, can I borrow the pickles?
No.
Don't eat them.
May I? Okay, I take the pickles and I go back and go by the cellar, put them down.
We should
Okay.
open
So there's a jar of pickles outside that
Okay.
nice new door.
Sure.
It's acid damage. I do not feel it will burn my villa down, so we are probably in the okay.
Okay.
I imagine that you're using that as a
Peace offering.
piece of.
And as you guys are discussing just the hilarious tales of what's happened in the last 3 days, you hear the front door
Probably.
swing open. And a very familiar sight. Short, rotund, southern.
Damn it.
Wow. What y'all do in my house? It is good old Ebenezer Pilius Potts.
Knew it.
Seems fancy man, nice to see you again. Oh, what are y'all doing in my house?
What are you doing in my house?
No, this is my house.
No, sir, you are trespassing.
Hold on, no. And he pulls out of it. Give me 1 second. Oh, not in his pocket. He runs upstairs, brings down a piece of paper. It's like, this here deed of the house shows a changing of ownership to I, Ebenezer Pilius Potts. I've been the owner of this house for the last 3 months.
I do not recognize your ownership claim, sir. This is my family villa. If you do not leave immediately, I will be forced to tussle.
Well, sir, you're gonna have to bring that up. You're gonna have to bring that up with the local government here. And
No,
the
I
housing
do
unit.
not. I'm bringing it up with you.
Excuse me, Ebenezer. Could you please write your name on this piece of paper right here?
And why would I do that?
I'm curious.
Persuasion check. With
He
disadvantage.
wants your autograph, of course.
With disadvantage.
What if I threaten him?
Okay, make an intimidation check with disadvantage.
Can I see the may I see that, sir? The deed.
Yeah.
I would like to look it over.
Yeah.
What does it say?
It's the standard deed that shows the changing of ownership of this plot of land with said attachments such as the farm and etc. With the stamped by the committee for housing and other related things.
Well, you would have had to have gotten my permission and buy-in for the transfer of state to be valid. So
This
again,
is the head of the household here.
not
That's true.
not a legal transaction.
Are you a Cella by any chance?
I am the Cella.
You are the Cella? Well, there was a Cella before you. I'm assuming which is your father.
My father died 60 years ago.
What does this say on your backstory?
Oh, would you like to know?
Yeah,
Shortly after Chester's journey to the Dwarven Mountains in his early 20s, Chester's father also fell mysteriously ill and passed away. Chester did not find out for 3 years, but has had suspicions ever since. So my father died 50 years ago.
well, that still doesn't make any difference. I bought this from the housing committee of Southport, so that's something you might have to deal with them. If I respectfully ask y'all to please leave.
Well, I disregard your respect, sir.
Now,
I would be willing to trade you this lovely jar of pickles.
Stand by. Don't get it.
Hey!
These pickles?
will y'all just please leave my house?
It's not
No,
your
sir.
house.
You will have to remove
This
me by
legal
force.
I will.
Document shows that I own this house. Would you like to bring this up with a law scale?
No, I'm bringing it up with you.
Well, so it seems like I need to get some law scale.
Tell you
help.
what.
I'll be right back.
Just sign the paper, and I'll leave.
Trying to do. Well, he's not listening to you.
You know what? I'm gonna cast suggestion on him.
Sure. Saving
I don't
throw.
care that he knows that I'm casting.
Oh, sure. Fine. Okay, this happened. Thank God I got a mini for this. Okay. Suggestion, correct?
Yeah, it's just
It is
suggestion.
what kind of save?
That's
I need a stat for a. Give me 1 second. I did not think this would happen.
Did ownership of the house from your father go directly to you automatically by
Yes,
law?
it does.
I'm sure there's some
Or like real life law. I mean.
whatever thing. Real life law?
Real life law, technically.
Yeah, it does. It goes
Well,
up.
it depends on the
Wouldn't it?
country.
Is it wisdom,
and the
charisma?
culture.
I meant like,
Which one?
Huh?
America.
Suggestion.
Well,
What does it say for my
Depends on
always
if there's a
charisma.
will. Or
Yeah.
we'll go to probate.
No, I'm not asking
So
about your
it's
saving
not
throw.
written in
What
the
type
will,
of saving throw do I make
like, both
specifically?
Then it can be
Wisdom.
contested.
Pretty certain.
yeah. Like
Yes, you're
anyone who
correct.
felt
It
they
is
had a legal claim.
So find your father's
That
will.
is
if you want to apply like American law to
17. What is your saving throw?
Solari.
Really?
I don't think
16.
that is what's
All right.
going on.
Okay. Well,
Perhaps
This is.
That was really
I was here 10 years ago, and it was still in my name. So I'm not
You bought it in the last 3 months.
in the last 3 months, which means somebody is not being honest somewhere.
And you try to cast suggestion on Ebenezer, and
Did
it
not
didn't
work.
work. And he's like, bye. And he dips incredibly fast out of there. This is one spry little halfling.
We'll see you when you get back, sir.
And he's out. He's gone.
well, that was interesting.
who would have sold your villa?
Do you
No
have
one.
any
Or
proof?
perhaps if it
Do you
was
have any proof that
So
anyone?
far, what we have discovered is that my servants abandoned it about a year ago for no apparent reason and did not leave me left a note but did not inform myself. And 3 months ago, this man claims to have purchased it from the housing authority. My guess is that in 7 to 8 months, they decided for some reason that it was unclaimed property. Not too worried about that. If they choose to remove us by force, I will burn this place to the ground with them in it. This is my family property.
How do we know that he didn't just sign the deed in his own name?
Yeah, he may have, at which point I will burn this place to the ground with him in it.
Okay.
Perhaps
Like this
there's
plan.
A way
There
we
has to be a
can
reasonable explanation.
claim
Honestly, I
it
was just
without
going
burning
to
it to the ground.
suggest
Even though if
that
you do want to
he-
burn it to the ground, I will certainly
Assist.
lend my assistance.
If that man has defiled this property and created a secret magical dungeon underneath it, I do not know that I want these walls again. We may rebuild. We'll see.
There has to be a way around this. Come on.
Perhaps an inn for the night.
I'm going to stay right here until he returns, which I believe will be fairly soon with some law-scale soldiers.
Do you have proof that you own this property?
I am the proof that I own this property. My seal is all over this property. My family crest is all over this property. This is my property. This has been in my family for
But you have proof
hundreds
that you are who
of
you
years.
are.
I believe anyone in this town who remembers me should be proof enough, which
Has-
would be large part
You
of
said
this
it's been
town.
10 years since anyone has seen you, though.
No, since I've been to this villa. Not since I've been around people.
In Southport.
We were a decent sized family name in Southport. It would be strange for people to deny my existence at this point. There were plenty of other half-elves who have been around since I was a child. And
Okay. I'm just saying that, you with the law skill coming, you will need proof that you are who you are and that you did not sell this
well,
to
I have my family
Potts.
crest with me, and
Besides, we can make the law skill try to produce the evidence that makes Potts seem like he's the one that got it.
Remember, law skill don't really like us right now.
Oh, they
Law
don't know
Skill
who we are at the
doesn't
moment.
know anything about us down here.
What about Jax?
Who?
Kenny Jax is he he thinks we do good things.
I don't know about that. I mean, he did take all the credit for Mace Wheatfield.
The last you heard of Kenny Jackson, he
thought
was
he
escorting
was-
Gil Ermish into the Orcish homelands, and he has not been heard of ever
Yeah,
since.
I believe he was.
I think we could also, here in Southport, be good people. I mean, we could try.
I will not drag y'all into my family disputes here, but we'll be defending my home and my family's honor tonight, I believe, or tomorrow morning.
Well, as long as you have your proof.
Perhaps
No problem, but, I don't know.
we could
the ins and
visit
outs.
with the housing authority.
This would be
There's got to be a
something you
paper
can do.
trail.
There
Yeah.
had better be.
And you just owning the seal isn't enough proof, and I
Yeah.
think.
On,
So like,
on
if you have
the,
like a deed or something, or if you can forge something.
on the deed, did it say who was the the previous party?
Yes, it's signed by a Mr. Cella, but this is known to be not Chester Cella, but name of his father.
How would my father sign a deed 50 years after he passed?
That is a good point.
Fair enough. I think I shall.
Do you have proof of his death 50 years ago? That he
my
did
father's
die
death?
50 years. Because they're going to want to see that.
I'm assuming he's buried in this town.
No, my father died under more mysterious circumstances than that. It took many years to even discover that he was dead, unfortunately.
How did you discover he was dead?
That is a good question.
Perhaps he's not dead.
It's vaguely possible. However, this passed into my name decades ago, and I have definitely taken up residence here many times in that time. So for him to have sold the villa off and me not to know for 45 years would be very strange.
So do you have that part? Like,
I would assume I would have had a deed to the title of my estate.
You would have, if you want to look for it. You don't carry the deed to your house with you on all times on adventure.
Wouldn't imagine I would take that out
Yeah.
adventuring.
So if you investigate inside your house, in your home, maybe you might find it.
All right,
We can all
perhaps
do
I
it.
shall
Need some help.
investigate.
Everybody
Yeah,
investigate,
everyone.
sure.
All right.
I'm not much
on.
help.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
19.
19.
23. No, 24.
Not that high.
Wait. 23.
23.
I'm
and
like,
you're-
well, I'm going to go and see if I can find some insurance. I'm not going to be much
Gonna
help
make
here.
tobacco salad.
So yeah, as you help Chester go through the office, you do find a bunch of old documents there. Couple that are Ebenezer Pilius Potts, more of like his inventory stock and like most of his like billings and other stuff that he does.
Wait. That stuff has his handwriting then.
Ebenezer? Yeah.
I'm going to take some of those. I
Okay.
just need one page.
You take a receipt of sale from Ebenezer Pilius Potts. Yeah, for the total of 750 Ebenezer super healers for the sale of 750. Yeah.
What idiot would buy that much?
Someone who's adventurous.
Enterprising person, apparently.
But as you go through the documents, you don't find that specific document that shows the changing of the house from your father's name to yours.
Was there a recipe for his
Wouldn't you
Pilius
put it
Potts
somewhere safe?
super potion?
No.
Since you are gone.
not
For
yet.
the purposes of this particular game, I would assume that the DM would have knowledge of that
No knowledge
detail.
of what specific. What specifically?
Where I would have put the deed when it transferred to
So
mine.
you do know where you did put it. It's not there. What I'm saying is that you cannot find it no matter how hard you try in this place.
Fair enough. Pretty sure my servants would not have known the location of such a deed.
Most servants would not know where you keep private documents.
So as my original suspicions were, is that Mr. Potts has forged his way into the ownership of my villa, and if he returns, I will kill him for doing so.
Well, Sebastian, you may just get your wish.
And you hear a knock on the door.
I'd like to be.
Law Scale, coming in.
Oh, let's see.
Be good,
Don't
people.
act irrationally.
Don't
I'm gonna hide my axe.
Okay, you hid your.
I'm going to go out this whole place.
All right.
I'm gonna go outside.
And you see you see 6 Law Scale soldiers out there. One of them is of a higher ranking just by the differentiation in his armor. He's like, "All right, my name is Sergeant. I'm Sergeant Adams. I heard there's some sort of disturbance." And you see Ebenezer just standing in the back, just like, explain to these good folk that I own this house now and they have to leave because it is my name on the deed. I mean, it is what the guy says. The documents are official.
No, they are not. Those are forgeries, my friends, and that man has attempted to steal my house with these documents.
You know, I'm a very just man, so speak your case. What are you talking about?
This house is my property, and I have never signed anything over to anyone, and so him owning a document where it says it's been signed over to him would be a forgery by rights.
And who would you be?
My name is Chester Chala. You should know me.
Never heard of you. I'm sorry, but you say that this is your house?
This estate has been in my family's name for hundreds of years.
Okay, so, tricky. All right, can you prove that this home is yours?
What proof, what evidence would you accept?
Some sort of document that shows that this house is transferred into your name, previous titles of ownership, tax documents of the sort.
Well, I would imagine that the past many decades of taxes being paid from our wonderful farmhands would be probably on file in your law offices. Now, it does appear that my staff vacated the premises about a year ago without informing myself, so yeah, the taxes probably have stopped about a year ago. But,
So no one's been living in this house for a while, you would say?
yes, I do leave from time to time. I am a half-elf, and we do live for quite a long time, and occasionally we take quite a long time to return to our homes. It's a very common practice.
So I'm going through the deed to this estate, and it says it was signed over from a Mr. Cella. I'm guessing that's not you specifically.
I believe that refers to my father, and
And what was his name by any chance?
John.
John Cella. It's canon now. So that's tricky.
Well, let me ask you this, my friend. When does it say it was signed over from John Chala?
Exactly 3 months ago.
My father's been dead for 45 years, and you can find that as a record in the county.
Is he buried in this county?
He is not buried in this county, but the record of his death was registered about 45 years ago.
Okay, for situations like this, we're going to ask that both parties will vacate this premises until we figure out what's going on. It's only right that we figure out what really happened. I'm not saying that either party is at fault. Maybe something weird just happened because it said the house was sold by a Mr. Cella to a Mr. Pilius Potts. So it's best that we ask every single party right now to vacate the premises. We're going to lock this place down, and we'll figure out what exactly happened. Until then, yes,
Before we leave, mind if I see the deed real quick?
it's in the hand of the law scale. I don't think he's letting it over.
I just need to see it. See the handwriting. And I pull out.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm gonna lucky that.
Dang, 2 luck points already.
Much better.
Okay.
16.
The sergeant turns the paper over, but he's not laying it over.
I don't need that.
Okay.
I pull out the I look at compare it to the receipt from Pilius Pot, see if I can compare the handwriting.
Hey, that there are my tax documents. Yeah, you better best give that back to me.
1 second,
Yeah.
and you will get it back.
Okay.
So I want to compare the handwriting between the deed and the receipt.
Okay. The Pilius Potts signature is the exact same. The Mr. John J. Chala signature does not match that of Pilius Potts.
Wait, does it say Mr. Chala or Mr. J. Chala?
Mr. J. Chala. I had no idea what his father's name is. That's why I just have that.
Do I
Yeah.
recognize the signature of my father?
It's definitely not your father's.
Right.
Fair enough.
Definitely not your father's.
I hand over
But
the
it's not the same as Pilius Potts.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
I also hand over the receipt.
The guy's a businessman.
Mr. Potts, if I find out that you were complicit in this illegal transaction here, I will kill you.
Do not, don't do that.
Speaking figuratively.
And the sergeant is like, calm down, we'll figure this out. We'll let the housing committee figure this out. Man, I had to worry about orcs and all this.
Chester.
Look, we request that both parties just please stay at separate residences. No one stay here. You can bring this up with the housing committee. I'll make a report. Everything will be figured out. So just, God, it's late. Could you guys just...
Well, let's go find an inn in the meantime.
Yes.
Good. And they do their part to basically lock down the house, the normal law scale. And Pilius Potts furious. He's like, my goddamn lab is in there. And he's just like, and then you just see him in the southern twang just bickering the entire time.
Well, there's some things we can take pleasure in.
So, you guys head towards Southport.
This was an interesting turn of events.
Go find ourselves an inn.
Spending more money.
Looks like we're gonna have to find some people that know you.
Looks like we need to find who forged my father's signature
That
very
too.
poorly. That's
Let's
all I
see
need
if we
to
can find some of your servants. Do you know where any of them would be staying?
Not off the top of my head.
You don't even know the names of
Yeah.
most of your servants. You were in and out of that home so much. You never really stayed there for such a long time.
I'm less concerned about finding proof that I used to own the villa as I am about finding what happened and who thought it would be funny to sell my property without my
We did
consent.
make quite a few enemies. So.
I don't know that I had that many enemies.
And you guys go to a tavern?
Yeah.
Okay.
How
And
late is it right now?
Oh, it is late.
Damn.
It's like 11 or 12 o'clock at night now. But surprisingly, the city of Southport is very alive at night. It's unlike a town like a city like West Harbor, where it's a town of merchants, a town of trade, town of it. Southport has a little bit more of a liveliness to it. You see a lot more smiles, a lot more of a more jovial folk here. But everywhere you walk in this town, you just see law scale, law scale, law scale, law scale. And you see just people discussing about orcs and about the elvins and dwarven kingdoms and the fact that a war on 3 fronts could possibly be happening very soon. But as you guys go to more the inner areas of Southport in the marketplace, you would be able to find a house, the place called the Slithering Cauldron. The Slithering Cauldron.
Interesting.
I love it.
Yeah.
How old is the Slytherin cauldron?
You recognize it. It's a very popular pub for that of the work, not necessarily the working class or like the higher upper middle class. It's known for their very exotic drinks. It's known for just having a good time in the market.
Sounds like a place I used to frequent then.
Yes, you definitely frequent it.
Well, shall we?
Hey, Sebastian, can I hide my axe in your backpack again? Because I'm afraid of the law scale.
Ah. Well, they didn't seem to say anything when...
You hit it though.
I hit it and I
Oh.
grabbed it before we
Gotcha.
left.
Certainly, yes.
Thank you.
And you transfer the ownership of your axe to him.
Oh.
Yeah, for right now. You have the Warlord Berserker axe now.
So,
What is
And
it way?
yes. Oh yes, you wanted to say something?
I was gonna. So we're gonna have to figure out. You know, maybe we can ask around and see if anyone knows about any of this.
Yeah, that was my plan.
I'm gonna have to go buy some instruments, apparently.
See if I recognize the tavern owner.
You
Or
do.
anyone there?
You do. It's been a while since you've been to the Slithering Cauldron, but it's
They would remember me if they were there.
it's a dark-skinned human man, bald, very tall, very muscular, scar across the eye, and he just wiping down the top of the bar. He's like, Chester! Oh, come on, give Silas a big hug.
Wow, Silas, my
Yeah,
friend.
it's good to see you, man. How
Been
long
too
has
many
it been?
years. 8
Oh.
or 9, something like that.
Oh, it hasn't been that long, has it?
Maybe, I don't know. It's been on the road many a day.
Oh, who are your friends?
These are my companions. We have been adventuring far and wide the past few weeks.
Oh, you can never stay in one place for a very long time, can you?
You know I'm a rambling man.
Yeah, you are. So,
You got there's no moss.
welcome to the Slithering Cauldron. My name is Silas. I'm more than happy to assist you guys. Do you guys need lodging for tonight?
Apparently we do. Let me
okay.
let me get my friends settled here, and I may have a few questions for you. Things have not been going well back at the family farm, if you know what I mean.
I forgot you even owned a villa, but you do, yeah.
Where did you think I got all my drinking money from?
I don't ask. Not my position of pride. But anyways, so lodging here is 5 silver a night. That comes with all the amenities you might ask. You get a nice, good bath on the outside. Feel free to have one free drink a night. More than happy to help you all out.
Here's a
Yeah.
gold, my friend. It's been a while.
You have
Appreciate
perhaps
you.
need of a bard.
I can cover you.
We could always use some music here.
Party. Treasury.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Oh, you a performer by any chance?
I am.
Oh, by all means, you can. You know what? Just because you're Chester's friend and you have a performer amongst us, I'll handle your rent. That's no problem. You guys get free lodging for a while. Just you guys have to pay for your drinks though.
Well, then
That-
apply that gold to
Fine.
the finest whiskey. We
Ah, yes. And he slides 5 whiskey shots to you guys. Whether or not you guys want these.
Drink.
I slide over 25 silver for the night.
It's on the house. Don't worry about it.
It's okay, sir. This is my friend. This is Southern hospitality.
Okay.
You're not used to that from your continent.
I'm like, my ledger, I gotta go change it.
All right. Well,
Ew, perhaps we shall hear this orc song. Is
you
that
want to hear the orc song.
is that all right if she plays a beautiful orc song?
I am a he,
She.
Chester. I know that I look very pretty.
My
but I
eyes
am a man.
deceive me.
Sorry, it's been so long.
Perhaps he's getting senile
forget
at his
things.
old age, and he actually
think he
did
just
so.
Make a senile check. I'm joking. Yeah.
Roll for senility.
Do you want me to sing it in
That is a
the
stance.
orcish?
It
or do
is?
you want me to
Okay.
sing it
Well,
in
perhaps in Elvish or
Oh,
common.
Elvish is good. Fine, I have to sing it in
Perhaps
Elvish.
it's a beautiful tongue.
So I'll get up and...
Wouldn't mind you.
So you're perform. Make a performance check.
Wow.
Nat 20.
Add your modifier anyways, because I want to see the total number. I think it's like 30 something.
31.
It maxes up.
The most
It
beautiful
is.
song I've ever heard in my
It
life.
And are you doing something more of like a sad romantic
Yeah,
tale?
it's a sad romantic orcish tale.
So you see every single half orc
Blood,
man
you
in
know.
this place.
Yeah,
just
they probably all
the
know it.
full grown burly man just like it's like the end scene of La La Land. Everyone just like bellowing and billowing and people that don't understand the language are still just amazed and they can tell that's a somber tale and they're just wiping their eyes.
Sure, there are points where some
And
orcs are like
do
actually
you set up
joining in.
do you set up a busking tray?
Yeah.
Of course you do. You see me grab at the dice. Wow, that's a good day for you. That is 120 silver pieces that come up to 12 gold.
Wow.
People are throwing their hard-earned money at you.
I shall toss a gold in there as well.
13 gold.
Beautiful song.
I wonder if someone would pay me to blow things up.
That's why you were hired.
I
by
didn't
Cella.
understand it, but it was pretty.
Well, I think I sing it in.
You sang it in Elvish.
I sing
right?
it in Elvish.
I don't know Elvish.
But
So
I
you
can
guys
do
are-
tongues, but I can I cast tongues myself?
It's
or
fine.
because
Sure,
I-
if you want to.
I can just
change
translate
so
the song to
everyone-
her.
You could just translate it.
That's how everyone can
Yeah, so
understand
burn your
now.
spell slot. Everyone understands.
Oh.
And you get an extra 10 gold pieces out of it. Now the elven men are
Dang.
Originally.
You rolled a 31 on performance. I mean, come on. It's like a 30 is the max roll you can get in D&D. So, so if you roll a 30 on anything, that's basically a success. No DC can be set higher. I mean, you can, but you have to be a complete dick to do a DC like 35. Yeah.
Nah.
So don't push it.
I can, don't worry.
So yeah, you guys are in the Slytherin Cauldron. It is late into the night. You guys have your rooms. What do you guys want to do before passing out? 'Cause
Well,
if you guys do want to sleep, you don't have to sleep. You don't.
Would like to ask my bartending friend, so we may need witnesses tomorrow. My estate has been usurped from me by a pretender, and we are on our way to prove that I exist and I did not sign the deed over to him.
Damn, that kind of sucks.
Would I need someone to recall that I have lived here a vast majority of my life? And
I mean, I'm more than happy to vouch for you. It's just the only problem is that I may not be a reliable source. I mean, look, I've known you for a long time, but just your line of work, you bounce in and out all the time. There's not really any proof to say that you've been in a place for so long that you even are of this area.
But
and
you know my name.
I do know the Cella name. You're dead.
Do you remember my father?
Silas would not be that old.
Okay.
He's like late 40s, but
Okay.
his father died a long time ago, man. No, it's like, I mean, I've known you for like 20 years. But
Well, then I shall go about my ways, go about my deeds another way.
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Silas. I shall take a long rest.
Yeah, after I'm done.
And you guys go to sleep?
Sleepy sleep.
And I make
I'll
sure,
actually play a little more. I'll
I'm
do
gonna
some
make sure my
other,
door's locked.
some other
Okay.
old songs.
Okay.
I'm gonna, if anyone, some of my own stuff that's a little bit more lively and, whatever anyone wants to.
Okay. And you guys all go to
I'll
sleep?
go to sleep.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. As you guys all go to sleep, Sebastian, specifically for you, you guys getting your own rooms? I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old rooms, alarm.
Alarm. Yes, you set up alarm. That's fine. But you hear this weird thumping sound right outside your windowsill because specifically your room overlooks the town, and you hear this doing sound right into the like the wood windowsill, and you look over and you see a piece of paper and an arrow shot right at that windowsill.
I will pluck it out,
Okay.
come back inside, go to a corner away from the window.
Hey, sorry to anyone that was watching earlier, but we were having some slight difficulties. The power went out in the building that we were recording in. So, but yeah, we're back now. So, picking up where we last left off, God, it feels like a new episode. But an arrow was shot right at your tavern windowsill, your room's windowsill, with a
Yes.
note. And the note says, "We're 3 days late."
Signed by.
No, it just not signed by anybody. It just says, "Meet us at the docks tomorrow morning."
Ah, okay. Sometime tomorrow morning? Mid-morning, perhaps? after 11sies?
The power went out. The power went out. Anyways, yeah. So as you guys rest for the night, you're back up to next morning. All your spell slots are back. Everything is back.
What are you doing with those? Did we get some of those?
Exactly. So
Oh.
well, I was gonna announce this at our break, but I guess the technical difficulty was the break. Thank you, Dewandalin, for 1,500 bits.
Nice.
And also a shout out to Winged Horizon for the raid, and I think someone else hosted us too. I cannot read this handwriting.
Same.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Damn.
yeah. So
Dang,
that
I love you guys.
you guys are capped at 5 inspiration now.
Thank you, Gwendolyn.
Capped.
You guys are capped.
I don't
know
remember
exactly
that
who
rule.
that is.
Yeah.
Well,
Good
we
dear friend.
I will buy more of these tokens. More.
Okay.
I do hope we get in a fight. We get to use them.
Oh my.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Inspired battle.
Anyways,
Zach,
Wake
I'm
up,
gonna be
my
fine.
friend
Yeah.
Sebastian. I have this sneaking
Brother
suspicion
singing
you
again.
have something to discuss with us.
Breakfast, indeed. We need some breakfast. Something to
Sounds
wash down the
awesome.
horse with.
Sorry.
yeah. By the way, that was some really dry meat. But yeah, you guys wake up in the morning. It's the standard breakfast of it's wheats, breads, bacon, cheeses, eggs.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
And then I hand over the note to Chester. So apparently we're supposed to meet our contacts at the dock today, which kind of puts a damper into your whole fight for your house business.
I can burn it down some other day. This does not have a time on it.
Morning. Could be after 11sies.
Could be. Do I know who we are meeting and what they look like?
So, if you guys do remember, you were supposed to arrive here by boat
3
in a
days.
much faster
You
fashion.
would- it's-
Your
He
contact
an
was
agent.
your contact was supposed to be at the dock.
Well, but there's no time on this note. It does say morning.
It says morning, so you
have
can
business
you can
to
construe
attend
it
to.
however you want to construe it.
Well, what was our instructions? We are to
The meet a contact.
No, but we are for the housing issue. We are meeting.
Take it up. Well,
At the-
a report was filed, and you're supposed to take it up with the housing committee of Southport.
So neither of us is allowed back in the house until I have taken it up with the committee.
Correct.
So we are on hold with my house.
But if you wait on it, it could be that they might.
Possibly,
still
possibly.
try to
Enough.
think
I
it.
imagine that the slow pace of government being all preoccupied with this war business, that a good old-fashioned day might be plenty of time I can leave.
Perhaps we should
God
just
bless bureaucracy.
swing by on our way to the
yes.
docks. I feel very inspired to go and kill things.
Myself,
But in a good
included,
way.
sir. All right. Perhaps we shall. Party. Any objections to stopping by the housing authority on the
No.
way to the docks?
I'm always for death.
All right.
I'm always up
let's-
for some good bureaucracy.
to the bureaucrats.
Oh, humans.
So you guys are going straight to the housing committee?
I am not a
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Look for an H. Conrad.
Sorry, but.
What?
Look for an H. Conrad in the bureaucracy.
Well, miss. What?
Okay.
Thought you were referencing Miss Holly Conrad.
Perhaps we were referencing the future.
Maybe that, and his rivals, his greatest rival is Barbados Slim. But anyways, moving on. So you guys, you would know where this is. As you guys are going through Southport, it is a bustling morning. This is, especially in the marketplace, you see different stands and something a little different in Southport compared to the other areas of Solari. The people in the South, specifically in this area, are much more tanned and dark skinned. They wear much more loose-fitting clothing, and you see just exotic spices and fruits on the side for sale. And
Exotic
You know,
people.
Chester,
All
you're quite light skinned for the people of Southport.
he is relatively, he's close to the
no,
tint, but he's a
I-
little lighter. He's a little lighter than most of the people here.
Ooh, you spend a month in the northern lands and you.
I blend in more than you do.
Yeah, you're very dark.
I don't know that you blend in with tan and tall.
True.
Well, that is quite some shade there, Chester.
I do say
He does
though-
provide very nice
He
shade for me,
casts
though.
shade at 9th level.
Nice.
So as you guys are going, and
shady
you hear the
though.
bustling market, people are trying to sell spices to you, and there's other people selling fine silks on the road. You see the sight of a gigantic, just a bit of ways, you see the sight of this gigantic beast of sorts, this black feathered fur beast with the beak, and you see like 3 people just dragging it along. It's like, come on, vile beast! And they're dragging along.
Can I?
What-
I'm
what
gonna
is it?
speak with animals.
What's the range to speak with animals?
I can walk up to it.
Let me see.
What does it look like? I mean,
Make a nature check. Anyone who wants to discern what this beast might look like.
I do.
It actually does not. It does
Sorry,
not.
it's,
say.
Never mind.
It actually doesn't say like, what
Chala.
is it is.
It's G Chala. Okay, that's fine.
Grover.
Close.
Grover Chala. Could have sworn it was named after like a president or something.
I should memorize my backstory.
14.
14.
Also 14.
You do recognize this beast. I'm not sure if they're popular on your continent, but you heard stories of a hybrid between both a bear and a very specific bird.
Oh,
This is
I
a-
love owlbears.
This is an owl bear, and it's getting pulled on these reins through the market, going left, where it's a little further away from you.
Yeah,
I mean,
do,
these
I
are-
do like a little thing with my hands and you know,
This is an owl bear, and
sing
I'm
a
checking.
little melody to myself.
Speak with animals. Just want to check the range of that. It's on
little
self.
ritual.
Okay, it's on self.
Yes.
So you said cast down yourself, and whether or not you can scream to this thing, and it's
I just
been a
want to
ways.
hear what it's saying, and 'cause-
You wouldn't be able to make that out in this really bustling.
well, then I'll walk towards it.
Okay.
I'll walk towards it. I want to know what
Yeah.
it's going to say. Besides, you know, Precious is in my knapsack.
Yeah, and you get closer as you go about the market. You see EO just dip off straight towards the owl bear, and you get closer, and this thing is just basically fighting. It's like, no, 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 and you see these burly half-orc men just like, come on, come on.
What are you going to do with that owlbear?
Oh, this is going straight to Orin. This. Oh, the Beast Collector. Never heard of the Beast Collector, have you? Sells and trades in the most finest of animals.
He doesn't seem to want to go with you.
Well, we spent a lot of money catching this thing, so it's going with us. Come on, babe. Hell yeah. And it's finally giving in to their pull as they're leaning it towards the other side of the market.
How did they catch you? Unless they turned.
Are you just gonna follow them and?
No, if it's still resisting, I'm like,
Okay.
how did they catch you?
And one's like, he puts their hands on you and just pushes like, back off, nope, come on, just let us do our thing. And they're pulling this owlbear straight into this really, really large, showy tent on the other side of the market. And it says Orin on top, the Beast Collector, and Sale. And basically a pet store.
Okay. Let's see if I can slightly, maybe just
It is
accidentally get
a
its,
wild animal.
It's yeah. You okay? Help himself. Let's see if I can try to get.
Oh boy.
We all have our quirks.
We do.
Yes, we
He
do.
just don't like animals
And
being
you just,
hurt. I
you
don't
know.
know. He's a lover of animals.
Accept that, and
I'm gonna
how friendships
stealthily-
go.
I'm gonna stealthily try to see if I can maybe unhinge one of its.
It's not necessarily a hinge, it's tied up by rope. So it's like really tight knots on this thing. So do you try to undo a knot? Mm-hmm. You make a sleight of hand check with disadvantage because there's 3 of them pulling, and just the whole sight of this is just crazy. So
1 second D20.
Well, I'm just gonna walk. Huh?
1 second D20.
yeah, so sleight of hand check to try to undo one of the knots.
I hate my life sometimes. Oh, it doesn't matter anyways because either of them are actually really good. I've got 21 and 24.
Yeah.
So 21.
You undo one of the knots, and one of the orcs is like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he,
Yeah, I did sleight of hand. I was trying to do it stealthily.
yeah, because they're all pulling on ropes. So if you undo one's gonna just pull off, and he has a whole bunch of nothing. He falls down. He just looks
Just gonna
straight.
walk away.
Okay. Okay, well, that's it. Okay, yeah.
Just walk
And
by.
they retie the rope back on the owlbear, and
Tried.
they pull him back. They pull him back to the
I
Beast
tried.
Collector.
I was trying to help
Okay.
him free.
Well,
And you guys are in the marketplace right now of
Okay.
Southport. This area is known as the lower city of Southport. There's an upper and lower city of Southport. So the marketplace, the docks, this would be in the lower parts of Southport.
where are we supposed to meet these people? Well, the docks.
well, there are a lot
Imagine.
of docks.
Everyone, I want to
It's-
see how much that owlbear costs because I want to go and set it free.
Okay.
Are you going into Orin's
Well-
place?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah, you went into Orin's. So
I'll go hang out by
inside,
the door. Just listen.
who's
I'll go
going
in.
into the pet
I'll
shop?
go
Are
in.
we very close to the administrative offices?
Yeah,
All right.
you are.
Well, you take
Downtown,
care of your
yeah.
Yes,
animal
I'm going to
companion.
do
I shall go to the administrative offices.
Where did you guys sit here on a mission?
And
I really want to support EO. But I also want to see this Bureaucracy in action.
It'll only take about. Just want to know how much is out there.
I give you about a 90% chance I shall not be fighting inside the administrative offices.
I didn't
How much
expect you
is
would
this
be.
out there?
So you walk in and you see tons and tons of animals here, and on the sign it says exotic beasts for trade, and he was not lying. The owlbear has been moved into like sort of the back area where they're quarantining him, they're shackling him, and they're getting him into a cage. But in some of these cages, you see this gigantic white primate with these giant tusks and 4 arms on it, and you see it just grabbing onto the cage.
I mean, I still have speak with animals on, so.
They're like, it's more like they're just saying like, it's like they want to like eat it. They're just pissed. It's like,
hey.
You see this. You would know what this is. It's a white equine beast with a yellow mane and a golden horn. It is a unicorn. That is in it. Yeah.
Oh my.
And the minute you get in there, make a dexterity saving throw. Saving throw.
Saving throw?
Yeah.
Does not sound good.
No.
Maybe a 7.
Yeah, about a 7.
7. Right in your face, as you walk in, you fail to notice, chained to the side of the wall, but not specifically in a cage, is this gigantic cat, which is very similar to that of a leopard or a jaguar, with yellow fur, black circles on it. But what's unique about this one is that it has 7 snakes coming out of its neck, very similar to that of a Medusa. This is a beast known as the Commodon. As it pounces towards you.
The commode on? No.
Commodon. Don't make me take an inspiration point. You take 12 points of piercing damage as this thing just sort of like nips at the side of your chest as it rips your clothes just a little bit. And one of the burly guys in the back is like, "Hey, Mika, down, girl!" And he walks over. And he's comforting this Commodon. He's like, "I apologize for that." Mika can get a little startled. "Hi, how can I help you?" And before you see this really tall, muscular, tanned man with blonde hair and blue eyes. He's like, "How can I help you?"
Justin, come in to.
Yeah.
Why did you attack me? Like, I'm talking to the cat now.
Doesn't respond.
Doesn't respond. Really, I speak with
And
animals.
but one of the snakes on its end is like, "You look delicious. You look delicious. You look delicious." One of the snakes is talking to you, but not the actual leopard.
Okay. I look delicious. Great. Apparently, I look delicious.
And Mika is still there, ground. It's just like, "Down, Mika. Down."
Okay. All right. Well, I was really interested in seeing this outfit. But how do you have a unicorn? Like, where would you even catch that beast and keep it
Ah.
captured? Like,
So,
that,
allow me
that's
to introduce.
sacred.
For a price, anything could be obtained and sold. So, my name is Leo, or full name Leopold. I work for Orin, the beast collector. We trade in exotic beasts and animals. Whether or not what you do with them, we don't care. But we buy and we sell the exotic beasts, as you can tell by this ruckus place. And every animal is just incredibly loud in here.
No,
But-
they're all unhappy.
Mm. Mika's not. "Who's a good girl, Mika?" And he's kissing this Commodon, who's enjoying it.
God.
And all the snakes are just like biting into him, but he doesn't care. He likes it. It's like, good Mika.
These are the type of pet owners I hate.
This is what Mika looks like. So yeah. Good
Okay.
old Commodon.
All right.
You know,
One second.
most of these are wild animals.
Sebastian, are you still at the door?
No, yeah, I'm at the door.
I mean, you would have heard Io like scream a little bit as the Commodon bit down on her. So
Looking.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, hold my knapsack a little closer to me.
So how can I help you?
I just was interested in looking at what the owlbear.
You're more than happy to buy. I don't judge what you do with the beasts afterwards. You can free them. You can take their skin. You can eat them. I don't care. We just trade and sell. And
I'm an elf. I don't eat animals.
I know plenty of elves that eat. All right, well, whatever. No, I don't judge. So, are you interested in purchasing?
Perhaps I will take a look around.
Oh, by all means. I'm more than happy to show you around. And as the owlbear is getting put into his cage, you see in there the unicorn, the gigantic white gorilla with 4 arms and giant tusks out there shaking the cage.
I know. I don't care.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. I actually love Yetis. They're great. Anyways, yeah. So I'm looking around.
By the way,
What
it's not a Yeti.
Quaggoth.
What is it?
Not a Quaggoth. Yeah.
What?
So,
That's a quack.
and you see a lot of canine in there. You see a lot of a white little winter wolf puppy. They're just like panting because they're not used to the heat. And you see ice crystal come out. You see a lot of beasts in here. A lot of different types of animals.
No fairy dragons, I hope.
No, none.
Oh, good.
Well, what do you want to do?
Want to buy one?
I'm gonna look at what are their prices. I'm sure they're not too expensive for me.
They don't actually have prices on them. It's like, but what beast do you specifically look at?
I was looking at the owlbear because I felt bad.
The owlbear. Yeah.
What?
Oh, this one. Fine beast itself.
Yeah, it did not look very happy.
I can care less. This one will run you for female owlbear, a little larger than normal. 2,800 gold pieces for this one.
Of course. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna walk
I
out.
like a puppy.
Are you there?
Are you there?
Yeah, I am there.
Oh, did
Okay,
you go
fine.
with her?
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I said
Oh.
that.
Oh, are you in
How
there?
much-
Oh, I did.
how much
Sorry.
is
Yeah.
the puppy?
Oh, and you see this little white winter wolf just, and you see like sort of like white crystals just form in
I mean,
here.
it looks like it's gonna die of dehydration or something.
This one will go for but a pup, but Orin really likes his canines.
Yeah, but it's almost dead.
Looks.
I think this one's a little off limits. I think Orin would like to keep this one. Yeah, sorry.
dying puppy.
This
Okay.
one's for private. But if you want to buy it, I would say it's worth 4,000.
Of course. All right. I've seen enough. Disgusting. All right, walk out.
Okay. And you're going for bureaucracy. I love this. So the housing committee is,
I'm with him.
all right. And you decide not to go with them, or you?
I'm supporting you.
Okay. So you guys walk to what you recognize as sort of like town hall or whatever, wherever you handle all the bullcrap bureaucratic stuff in a bustling city. So town hall, basically. It is a huge line outside, and people are holding numbers in their hands. And now calling 37.
Where's Peleus?
He's not here. Well, you don't see him here. Just scanning about the people in line, it's just like, there's halflings, but none as recognizable as Peleus Potts.
Is there a place to take a number?
And you see this really, like, old, like, crotchety dwarven woman who's like, you are number 281. Please go to the back. And now calling 42. And a couple one is like, God damn it, I'm 39. It's like, now calling 42.
I'm thinking maybe one of us should go to the docks.
Yeah.
I guess that's gonna be me.
Well,
Sure, we'll meet you as you're going out. Why are you leaving?
It's gonna take a while in there.
Why don't we just go to the docks then?
if we have
Go on.
numbers, we don't need to stand in line then, do we?
Nope.
All right, 281. I will stand in line long enough to determine the average wait time, and then saunter on to the docks.
Okay, so
It takes, what, about 5 minutes between each customer, or 20 minutes, or 30 minutes?
you just see a lot of really.
It's like the DMV.
That's exactly. You wait around long enough to realize how long it will take to get to your number, and then you leave.
And now calling 34 is like, oh, come on. It's like there's almost as if they're going backwards. So I think it's you can assume that they're going by specific case. So
Did I tell her my case?
I'll assume you will.
Okay.
So yeah, and you were given 281. So
Whatever that means. In that case,
I think Sebastian would be thrilled to stick around for you.
Well, I'm just wondering because I was preparing spells last night. I'm wondering what spells I
you have
prepared.
a lot of spells. Oh, your cantrips are there.
Can you cast haste on the individuals?
No,
Cast haste on everybody working faster.
But what I
Haste, haste,
can
haste, haste,
cast,
haste. Mass haste.
prepare that spell specifically. I believe it is that one. Yep. All right. These are the spells I'm using. Since I'm not using that, I'm sure. Clairvoyance, sense hearing.
Oh, okay.
Right above the speaker's little post above the
Okay.
speaker. So when she calls when she gets close to my number, I will know.
Okay, so you set the clairvoyance on the person. Okay. What's the duration of clairvoyance?
Up to 10 minutes, range of 1 mile.
Okay. So for 10 minutes, you have clairvoyance on. Sure.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to go back to it because that's
All right.
not going to be long enough.
I feel like I had another spell that does a better job of that, but fair enough. Oh, that was Censor. That's not going to do that. All right, so off to the docks to find our friends in 10
Okay.
minutes.
So by the time you guys get to the docks, you stop by Oren's House of Beasts, and you stop by the town hall. You took a number. It's already past morning. You guys just really good.
I went straight to the hall, took a number, and walked away.
So I would say, like, since you guys were very
And we weren't
liberal with
actually
morning, it's definitely
Take that
12 o'clock afternoon now.
Well, I go and I stand at the nearest dock I can find, and I stand around.
Yeah, we're at the docks.
And you see it doesn't take long. I mean, you guys just walk around shambling about. It's a lot of people.
No,
there.
we stand in place at the edge of the docks, waiting.
Yeah.
We're at the docks.
Um,
We're here.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. It doesn't. Like in like 5 minutes, you see a hooded figure wearing black clothing, black hood, cape, just walk up and say, like mouth covered. He's just like, 3 days. You were supposed to be here.
We ran in
3.
trouble with the law scale.
You're not here.
Sorry. Apparently not.
What?
Are we not?
Wait.
No. We're all there.
Is the whole
We're all there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
We're all there.
My bad.
Something
I thought you were in a
happened to
pet
your
store.
pirates.
No, it didn't take that long in the pet store. I just asked.
You should
3
not deal with
questions and left.
pirates. That
They-
Pirates, everyone, pirates.
No one pays you anything. They don't. This is Southport,
This is
man.
Southport. No one cares.
No one cares. But this guy's like, that
Pirates on Saturday.
ship was the fastest ship in the southern region.
Well, it was. What is the newest fastest ship?
It had a magical problem.
It did.
Don't blame me. Blame him.
We can raise it from the depths if you would like.
You know what? Beyond the point. Beyond the point. It does not
We
matter.
are here now.
We are here now. Well, I'm guessing you lot are the group that Salazar is going to send in.
Who is Salazar? Just kidding.
This guy's really not in a good mood.
Oh, I'll bet you are not. So, why don't you give us our marching orders and we'll be on our way.
Right. Are you all... One of you is injured.
Cure wounds.
That could be a problem.
It's fine now. I'm fine.
He does a good job of keeping up with these kind of things.
Yeah.
Oh, Solari's gonna fall with you. Anyways, as I assume, Salazar has briefed you of what to do.
Not really.
Find an orc.
Yes.
I believe we have a
Diplomat
name
Gil
somewhere.
Ermish.
I wrote it
Right.
down.
So, you were to be transported into the Senegian wastelands, around the barracks and all the military posted up there. Find Gil Ermish and get him out. That's it. take him to the Orcish Tribunal, make sure he gets there safely, and leave. That's all you have to do. But with the tardiness, you guys are low on the time department. In about 2 to 3 days, I can estimate that most of the Southern Division of the Law Scale will go in and sweep the entire orc community there, and soon there will be very little orcs left. So I suggest now is a better time to find Gil, make sure he can calm down those orc leaders before they all get swept.
Perhaps if we are short of time, this person you speak of, your employer, could use his powerful magics and teleport us directly where we need to go and then teleport us out. Or actually, we don't even need to go. He could just teleport right to him, grab him, and teleport away.
To teleport to one person, you must know where he is, or know the person personally. And it's a sad shame that Salazar has never met Gil Ermish in person.
It looks.
Nor does he know where he is right now, because if he could, he would. But how would it look if the council member, a council member, were to teleport himself into Orcish homelands and to enact?
Well,
How would it
could
look
always create a disguise for him.
Yes. We could put a mustache on him. Or take his mustache off, if he has one. I don't remember. He looked tired. We could take this.
He looked very tired.
Yes,
The
the bags
cream.
under his eyes.
Cream.
We could,
Okay, this is totally
yes, we
beside
could put
the
a
point.
cream. Oh, yes, the cream from the ship.
Papa's cream, if I recall.
He's starting to look more like Koufax, and like the eyes department. He's just very.
Well, I'll tell you
Okay.
what. How do we egress in? What is our path to?
When do we need to leave?
As soon as possible, the better.
How are we getting there?
There is a,
You will be transported there in secret. Getting around the enemy lines is a bit tricky, but through Salazar's contacts within the Law Scale and through my assistance, you will be dropped in there. Hopefully, with the utmost anonymity, you will find Gil Ermish, hopefully. And yes, that is all there really is to this.
well. What are your plans for the rest of the day?
If I could go in myself, I would, but sadly, Salazar does not trust in my abilities to act in a calm manner.
So you will be hanging out here in Southport for the next.
I will be making sure you get out of the Sanagian wastelands in one piece.
So until then, you will be here in Southport.
Yes, that is correct.
So I have a task for you, my friend. I have this little slip of paper. I'm going to need someone to stand in line for quite a while.
Persuasion check.
Thing is, if Salazar could actually do something about, he has some personal problems here.
How good is it?
24. There's a man disputing who has decided he could forge a little title deed to my estate. I'm going to need that back when we return.
We need Salazar to perhaps
I will.
deal with this issue.
Sure. I will.
If you need, contact Salazar. In worst case, just have the little man Pilia's parts available for us when we return, if that's possible.
I do not know of the man you speak of, but I will do my best. You are a very strange lot, you five. Anyways.
On a mission, as it were.
Anyways.
I reach up and I pull his mask down.
Make a dexterity check.
Not bad. 16.
60?
16. 60.
Wow,
You know.
Okay.
Let me check.
He has super duper expertise.
I was like,
That is the fastest snatch I've ever seen.
it's close. It's very close.
In the monster manual.
Oh.
He is technically an NPC, so there he is right there. Ooh, he rolled exactly an 18.
Oh,
As you,
so
as
I
Sebastian,
go to reach it.
So as Sebastian tries, he just grabs your hand. He's like, and
he's just like, ah,
won't
sorry."
push it. Do you slap him?
No.
or-
No,
Do you
no,
slap Sebastian? I thought you slapped him. Okay.
Yeah, I just smack his hand. Let's not do that.
Honestly, really? Come on.
If you're really curious to see. He peels it down. He's human male, but he has a bit of a Glasgow smile going on where he has this huge scar running down the side of his chin. And it's so bad to the point where it's cut so deeply in that you can actually see the side of his jaw and a bit of his teeth. Like,
Nice.
there's a reason why I cover it.
Healing wood?
So, no. You need a different spell for something like this, yes. Something probably around the 6th level you would probably get.
Well, perhaps in the future.
Right. Do you need time to prepare? We waste enough, but
Well,
2 to 3 days should suffice.
that's not happening. I'll give you time to prep. But we leave tonight.
It's more just.
The cover of nightfall will help us get around
Okay.
the battlefront.
fair enough.
I'll meet you on the I'll meet you at the further end of town.
We need to hit
Get you
upon.
and we'll transport you in.
You want to give us an exact time?
Midnight.
Perfect.
And he walks away.
Well, he's cheery.
I'm hungry.
That's ironic.
Yeah.
I'd like
makes
to
you, Kofax, look
hit a
quite,
pawn shop or someplace that would buy this silverware off.
So you guys have 12 hours. What do you guys want to do?
Pawn
sell some
everything in
silverware.
Sebastian's
Make
bag.
it mine.
You know, can I be completely honest? If that boat never got blown up, and if it made it, that you guys should have been here like 3-4 episodes ago. But anyways, beyond the point. D&D,
Yeah, but we
it's
had
magical.
fun.
Yes.
We became good people in that time.
I need to believe we have.
So you guys have 12 hours.
35 swords to sell.
We have 35 swords, 20 pounds of silverware, 5 pounds of gold jewelry,
Yeah, because we looted the.
a helmet of ridiculousness.
Great.
How 20 pounds? How much does a single silver coin weigh?
So, okay, a silver
afford
coin is
money?
more refined silver. It's not 100% silver, but it's minted down so that it's a trading piece. I would say like around 50.
0.95.
Yeah, around there. Like that 20 pounds of silver, whether or not it's completely silver, you don't know. It's like silver, like where. So some of it could be plate, some of it could be actual silver. You don't know.
With that in mind, those gold handles on those swords should increase the value.
It's colored gold. It's not exactly gold. It's not golden hand.
Ready to crush our dreams.
They are still quite useful as
They are.
swords.
Some of them are a bit rusty for being in salt water for a
And
while.
they are.
My
They're still
axe is
usable.
better.
They're still usable.
Let's go sell the S words.
Yeah, nice. We could also, I mean, if we melted down 5 pounds of gold jewelry, that would be a lot of gold.
You want to melt jewelry? I mean, you
Well,
can
it
if
would be
you-
5 pounds.
Exactly.
Okay, well, you guys enjoy
But we
yourselves.
can sell it.
At 1100. Wait. What is the denomination of this land?
So it is 100 platinum to a gold and 10 for everything else. So it's 10 silver to a gold, 10 copper to a silver, and
How many
Okay, so where are we gonna
troy
go?
ounces in a gold piece?
oh my lord.
So one pound of gold is 50 gold pieces.
Ah, there we go.
So it would be 250 gold pieces worth of gold jewelry if it were melted down.
Properly. If you can find
But
someone-
jewelry.
Jewelry should be more expensive because
Exactly.
the artisan
Handiwork.
craftsmanship that went into creating it.
Was it gold jewelry or was it silver jewelry?
Silverware,
Silverware,
20 pounds.
gold.
5 pounds of gold jewelry.
There you go. Thank you. Okay.
All right, why don't we go and find someplace to
So
sell this?
perhaps
You guys have 12 hours
as much
to,
as double.
Part of me wants to go and burn down Oren's pet collection, but
With all of that's in it? Okay.
no,
We could
no,
just release
let them
that
go.
angry ape thing.
Yeah, exactly. I want to go and release it. That
Cause
I
some
really
chaos
do
in
not
downtown
like-
Southport?
I don't like people
Perhaps if we
selling-
could release him, next to Pilia's pot.
selling creatures.
We're not gonna kill him, but we are gonna embarrass the hell out of him.
Pilias?
I hope so.
I wish
don't
to
know.
burn him to the ground.
I'd
This is the
change-
South, my friend. You attack a man's livelihood, you attack the man.
Shane leaves a much bigger scorch mark.
Does it fireball?
I feel like if I smeared his entire body across the ground, it would leave a very
You
large
know, all I wanted
scorch
to do
mark.
was just play.
Not as
We
much
could
as
be
smearing his
people
name.
Instead of
people,
bad-
and I
Perhaps we could
stuff
get him to
you.
take his own expired potion.
We can do that.
Like force it down his throat?
I don't know how, but
What is
perhaps.
wrong with his?
I'll hold
I
him
still.
I have this sneaking suspicion that these potions he sold us are meant as a joke, or as a prank, or as some sort of not to be trusted potion. I recognize his ilk.
I think you're also just putting too much into that. I mean, it could have been that he actually did think that whoever was that sold your deed actually was. Could have been that the person was was selling him.
Possibly.
He stole.
But imagine a man of Phileas Potts' intelligence and ability would have discovered that ruse, and also might not have
You're putting way too much.
might not have immediately told me to get out when I told him I was the actual owner.
If you put yourself in his shoes,
Yes.
and some people were in your house claiming to own it,
Well, after having met us on the land, known my name, and sold me a potion, would hope he would have understood that he clearly was
Maybe
in my
has a
house.
poor memory.
we still need
a few days ago.
many days to research his potions to see what's actually in them. If we ever get
If you remember
many
correctly,
days of downtime.
he basically materialized them out in here.
Yeah.
Well, no, he held the vial, but the vial filled. Yeah.
I never
I still have
trusted
two
him.
of them.
I have one.
Do you guys want to break out a Phileas Potts potion? Just
Sure.
look at it.
How
I've got
long
one.
would you need to research?
A week.
Okay, what do you guys want to do right now?
Well, I do not want
You
to
need
spend weeks researching a
You
potion.
could be in line for a week. So I'm
That's-
pulling out. Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there. Same color it was before. Which flavor did you
the
buy?
apple flavor.
Apple flavor? Yeah, it still looks like Marinelli's. Yeah, they have bright
Martinelli.
Martinelli's. My bad.
No.
The lights going off threw off my mojo.
I say we just get rid of some of this contraband.
Well, let's sell our wares.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it
Yes.
contraband.
No, I mean, I'm just decided to sell all of my jewelry and silverware.
Fair enough.
All right, so you guys head to the market to sell the jewelry. Okay, so specifically in Southport's market, it's not as dense or as varied as West Harbor. So West Harbor, you can literally find anything. Here, you'll be able. Are you looking for specifically? Do you want to sell them to a smith? You want to sell them to a jewelry store?
Go to the jewelry place with the jewelers. Actually, they'll probably do silverware too there. Yeah.
They probably would.
So just go.
So yeah, make an investigation check to find a jeweler or someone that.
Everyone, keep your eyes open.
Yeah. Chester, maybe you know where there might be a jewelry store.
Yeah, I ain't seen
I
rats.
assume I might know.
You get advantage on this one just because this is your local stomping ground. Although you haven't been here in a while.
16 plus.
Okay, yeah, finding a jeweler is not hard. There isn't really a store, but there's a guy sitting on the ground with the carpet in front of him,
Sorry.
with that selling more in the line of gems and like precious like rocks in that regard. But it's but there is a jeweler there, and he's walking. Hi, how can I help you? Are you here to buy, trade?
Trade.
Oh.
Or sell.
What do you have?
So I pull out a sack with some gold jewelry in it.
Okay, and this is the 5 pounds of gold jewelry,
5 pounds of gold jewelry.
and you're just getting rid of all of it. Okay.
You're not distinguishing.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe we should make sure.
Sebastian, we should probably make sure about the worth of everything before we sell things. Yeah.
give me 11 minutes, just to make sure.
What he said.
Make a persuasion check just to like keep the guy's patience. With advantage. This is not a hard one.
Yeah.
Just
Advantage.
yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
15.
Yeah, easy enough. That's not hard.
Just a quick detect magic.
Looking for the price of gold. Okay. Somewhere. What page was that on that you were?
It was in the is after trade goods 157.
157. Okay. Here we go. Trade goods. All right. Yes. And the guy looks over the jewelry, which is general jewelry, rings, necklaces. It's nothing too. It's nothing too. How do you say ornate? It's just more of that of gold. And he's like, some fine pieces you have here. And you want to get rid of the lot, all of it.
I believe so, yeah.
Are you doing the 11 minutes to
Yeah.
count? Yeah, there's no magic.
Thinking about magic, I just didn't want us to be.
There's
more or
no
less we're just looking at
identify
just to
detect
see-
magic wouldn't matter. It's just gold jewelry. Yeah.
Okay, so nothing like spectacularly.
No.
No, it's more
it's
just like
gold jewelry.
valuable. Just I was really just looking at it just so we are aware that he doesn't rip us off.
Gotcha, yeah.
For the lot, I can give you the market price of gold right now. So I can give you how's 250 gold pieces sound?
Given the artistry, I think we can go higher than that.
I think
Yeah.
so. I think we
Yeah.
can go higher than that.
I mean,
This is very fine jewelry. I'll roll. I'll
the
roll.
amount of
that.
effort gone
Sorry,
into
right.
creating it.
First one.
I'll assist.
You'll assist?
Yeah. So roll one more.
Oh, more. Okay. 19.
19.
God, your speech is amazing.
I would give you more if I could, but are you just looking in the line of gold itself? I do not have that much to give out. I can give you the 250 and possibly a little bit of trade, but I cannot give you. What specifically are you looking for? How much are you looking for?
Perhaps you have a diamond.
That I do, yes. And this very tanned old man goes in the back and he pulls out a very small diamond that would fit in the palm of your hand. It's not the large ones that you would like that, but it's good. It's a good sized one.
That is like a 25 carat diamond.
Yeah.
Okay, a little smaller. It's that. It's like that. Yeah, it's a little smaller than that, but yeah, it's still a fine piece of rock. He's like, I have this. Let me look at the price of diamonds.
I think that's going to be a little more than what we would.
So I think there would be three that I would be looking for: 50 gold pieces. I believe it's 300 gold pieces or 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, you want a diamond that's specifically worth a certain gold piece
Yes.
range? What gold piece range are you looking for right now?
That is a good question. Stand
What?
by while I look up.
Certain
What
spells.
else does he have in the
Yeah,
store?
I just-
It's fine, like sort of like jades and like topazes and
Oh, so
those are the
crystals,
the
okay.
rocky persuasion and very like shiny volcanic rocks that have been polished down to. If you're interested in the rocks, these go for 5 gold pieces. They make great gifts. And it's really pretty shiny rock. Yeah, that's been well made into like balls. Yeah.
The rocks.
I mean, I am a rock gnome, so I'm just like.
Yeah,
So-
you would recognize these rocks. They're igneous rocks, really, really nice ones. Mainly obsidian.
I'm looking for 2. One of them worth 50 gold pieces, and another worth.
That's the one he has.
And another worth 300.
That I cannot provide, but I do have the one he's holding is basically the 50 gold piece diamond. I can give you the diamond plus the gold. You only brought out the jewelry so far. You haven't brought out the
Yeah.
silver one.
Yeah.
So
I can give you.
Well,
let's talk amongst ourselves, shall we?
okay.
Okay.
Hold on.
Shopping episode.
So, what exactly do you want with the diamond?
I would like to give it to our cleric friend here.
I know what he's doing with it.
What do you?
I have no idea. I'm new to this.
Some sort of divination.
It is for
That's what?
a certain spell. Again, this is what I did before I met you. Is I went searching for things like this, and this spell will bring someone back from the dead if the spell is cast within a minute of their death, and it consumes 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
That is a lot of diamond.
However,
Life is worth life.
having it at our disposal, especially seeing the way that things have been going with us lately,
Eventually, you had quite a hard time.
Well, multiple times we have
Almost
died.
died.
yes.
Okay. Well, all right. But
Mm.
this is not 300
It is not.
pieces of gold.
Fortunately,
pieces of diamond.
most of the time it has been me.
Unfortunately.
We're getting good money. We have at least one of the ingredients that you need.
So,
It's about as good as it's gonna get.
So the spell, from what my understanding, I cannot cast it. I might be able to learn it.
What spell?
It is called Revivify. It is a 3rd level cleric divine spell.
Well,
I
that
could
sounds
learn
like
it
a
if I wanted
very
to.
boring spell name. All right.
Fair enough.
But it does not say it requires 1 diamond worth 300. It just requires 300 gold pieces
worth
of
diamond.
Worth of 300.
So
Fair enough.
perhaps, he has enough, or we could trade for that.
He said he didn't specifically have a 300 gold piece diamond, but he
Right.
could have more diamond. But he only brought out the 51 to show, which is still a really nice chunk of rock.
On the other hand, it's 50 gold pieces per person. If we
Well.
were to take the money.
I'm willing to give him my pay.
'Tis up to you. If we have the diamonds available, I can cast the spell.
Provide you take it. You prepare it in the morning.
It is always prepared.
But you have to have all the ingredients.
I do have
Okay.
to have the
Look,
ingredients.
we're gonna go into this place.
It is good to have those ingredients for multiple spells of mine, actually.
Do
Do you have, instead maybe we could trade in diamonds like these. Do you have a few more diamonds like this?
that I do, yes. And he brings out more diamonds. Most of them aren't as big as the 50-piece one, but as he brings them all, a couple of my scripts up, this would come to around. Let me work on my scale just a little bit. He's really old guy. He's just going over the scale. He's like,
Again, this is I'm sure this is also.
this comes out to
objective.
just exactly 299 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
Yeah,
Well, then it does us no good.
I'm sure we can find 1 diamond, 1 gold piece worth of diamonds somewhere.
I just.
Diamond dust flakes.
I just don't understand why you need. It's 300 pieces worth of diamond. I'm sure there must be a weight or something that it says it needs.
300 gold pieces worth of diamond.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm down.
that says.
I'm fine to make that sacrifice if you need the diamonds that badly.
Well, if he doesn't
Realize
have
that.
enough, then the deal is off.
We can just take the 250 gold then.
Would be
And the
perfectly...
And the 50.
And the 50
yeah.
gold piece
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
that'll be
We
done. He puts out the 50 gold piece diamond, 250 for the 5 gold.
5
good.
pounds worth.
All right, there you go. Transaction. You guys now have
50 each.
50 each, and a 50 gold piece worth of diamond.
Which is useful for something, I know.
Yes.
Shall...
Exactly what, I don't know. I'm just told to gather.
It's money.
Fair enough. I'm now checking to see if there's anything else I
And
need.
now the silverware.
May I have...
But he doesn't have any more gold to trade, so.
Oh, no, but I do need some silver for some of my spells, I'm realizing. And not spells I have prepared, but just perhaps if I wanted to.
Do they say specifically that they need
25 gold pieces worth of powdered silver, which the spell consumes. That
Okay,
is,
so yeah.
silver
Wood.
that I
Do you
would
have any
need.
powdered silver?
Well, we have silver that we could powder.
Well, but they're not. But they're silverware. They're not.
I mean, some of them is.
Does the
some
spell
of them-
need pure?
I mean, if you want to make powdered silver, you can with what you have. It's possible. Anything is possible in D&D if you try. So,
I would love to have up to 100 gold pieces worth of powdered silver,
100 gold piece worth.
if possible.
I mean, just for clarity, yeah, that would be very possible to do with the silverware that you have. Turning it into powder, that's on you, but that's from the amount of silverware that you have, it's very possible.
Do you have to be a blacksmith to turn it into powder?
Possibly. Possibly a blacksmith or
Or can I
a
do it with-
jeweler. Not necessarily a jeweler, but maybe a blacksmith.
Very strong cheese
all
grater.
right. Well,
You could try that too.
we're good. I think we are good here. On this one.
Yes.
We did get some money. We should probably go to a weaponsmith or for those swords.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And
Thank you. Good day.
Oh, good day.
I hope you have a fine time selling that jewelry.
Oh. And bids you adieu.
Yep.
All right, so what do you guys want to do next? You now picked up some gold and 50 gold pieces.
Is there a magic weapon shop?
Are you looking specific for magic weapons, or magic?
Armor, magic.
Okay, so magical items, magical weapons, or weapons. Like.
I would like to
more-
sell the Helm of Ridiculousness.
Okay, so make another investigation check to try to find a magic store.
And I ask a local, where could I sell a magic item?
All right, so who do you want to grab? There's lots of people around.
The jeweler.
Oh,
in
okay.
fact.
Oh, yes. You're back. How do you need anything?
Oh, I would like to sell a magical helmet. Where would I
Ooh.
do that?
Rashar on the far side of the marketplace. He deals in magical goods. Maybe he can be able to help you. If you don't mind me asking, what are you trying to sell?
I pull out this.
That is the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen in my life.
It
Is it a chalice? Are you holding it backwards? What is this thing?
It could be used as a.
put it on.
Hey, your charisma just
Yeah,
yeah.
just went down. Ugh.
I can see why you're trying to sell that.
Yes.
Although I did not think about using it as a very large cup. A flagon, if you will.
With a
Bowl of
20-foot
meat.
handle. A
20-inch spike,
handle.
Okay, well.
and now it stands itself up
we
on
are
the wooden
going.
table.
We are going.
Yeah, Rashar on the
Rashar.
far. on the
Okay,
far.
My,
thank
my
you.
friend the jeweler, would you happen to have ruby dust?
I might actually. And you see him, go in the back, and he's like,
I need 50 gold pieces worth.
it's a lot of ruby dust, but he pulls out. He's like,
Perhaps a
marketable
sack
cloak.
or a bag of some sort.
Right. I will get you a sec. And how much were you looking for?
50 gold pieces, Paul.
And you said
This
pieces
isn't
of
the full
iron.
part, but this will get you around 25 gold pieces for this of ruby dust.
Well, it is a start. I will take it.
All right, so 25 off. You have now 25 gold pieces of ruby dust. All right.
What is tarts? Tiny tarts. What is that?
Tarts? Like this, like food?
No, it just says tiny tarts and a feather.
I think you actually have tarts. Wait.
Okay, I probably do.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have a value, then
Yeah.
you would
Yeah.
have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I have a small
Yes.
spray piece of
I'm
iron
like,
for a house.
He's
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to get some of these things?
just like, I need back guano.
Right, Quado.
Fur. Sorry.
Hey,
You are wearing lots of fur.
that's true.
Oh, by the way, it is incredibly hot right now.
Stinky fur.
If there's stinky, it's hot. It's
Yeah, you
pretty
did tell me.
unbearable.
Well, it is insulation, so perhaps many people wear insulation in the summer months.
You can, yes, but that thing hasn't been dead yet. It just it's a rotting flesh on your back.
I mean, it's actually not on me.
Oh, you're not wearing the cape?
I'm wearing the cloak of protection.
Oh, but you're
The
not putting-
direwolf pelt is in my bag.
Oh, okay. I thought you were wearing the direwolf pelt.
Hey.
All right, so where do you guys want to go next?
The rush hour.
Yeah, and you get there. It's like again, it's a very simple stand with a back room, and you see this exotic man standing there. He's like, "Hi, how can I help you?"
Oh, I have a item I wish to trade or sell.
Oh yes, by all means. Let me see.
It is from the fabulous Gannick.
Ah,
Right.
the guy who trades in the magical goods in the very ornate boxes with a big G on it, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't stand that man. But anyways,
And I set it out. And it is a helmet. It's very ridiculous.
I can see.
However, it does increase your survivability in a fight.
Yes, but a lot of things can do that, and you don't look as stupid as you do wearing it. But yet again, practicality in a battle situation, I can understand over looking good. 4 gold pieces. This thing is stupid looking. I am sorry. I don't want this thing very much, but it is magical just from me gazing at it.
Do we recall how much we sold it for
75.
last time? 75?
That was because we sold it back to Gannox.
And then he saw it,
Should
and
be at
then
least
it showed up in the pawn
150.
shop.
I think a minimum 25.
I'll give you 10.
I will just keep carrying it then.
All right, but feel free to peruse what I have.
Well, why would I do that if you are not willing to purchase this?
Okay.
Okay,
Or-
enough.
All right. Well, I'll go look at what they've got for magical items.
Yeah, and you get there, you see a.
I stop and turn around. I'm like,
It's actually
He was
the right. Rashar spends most of his time selling of those of magical components. So you see like licorice roots and like sort of like things you imagine a witch might have, a goblin hand, a buffer, like all those like magical components in D&D that you like, he has mainly those.
A snake glove, perhaps?
A snake glove?
Yes.
Is that specifically an item or a component?
Component.
Okay. Yeah, he would have that.
Perhaps he also has more of your ruby dust.
Ah, perhaps. Would you have ruby dust?
That I do.
I
How
need
much do you
another
need?
25 gold pieces worth.
It's worth 25 gold pieces.
Well then,
How about trade for a helmet?
No.
He doesn't.
I think we will find another buyer for that helmet. Possibly in the Orcish lands where charisma may not be as important.
Well,
Send a orcish diplomat in with low charisma. Yeah.
okay.
That sounds like something the orcs would do.
Leo, would you like to? Do you want the helmet? Do you want?
Why would I want the helmet?
I don't know. Do we want the 4 gold pieces?
No,
He offered you
I-
10.
He offered us 10.
I believe the helmet should be worth more to someone else.
Yes, I'm sure. I mean,
It doesn't weigh much, and
it's
And
ridiculous.
possibly we could use it to our advantage somewhere.
You can use it as a cup, like you said.
A very,
Wow.
very uninviting cup.
It's kind of cool when you think about it, actually.
Well, it's been quite a bit of time. You should probably go back to your.
I gave my slip of paper to our companion.
That is true.
What's his job now?
Yeah, what time is it right now?
So you got to the docks at noon. I would say it's about 3 o'clock.
Worst case, I feel I can remake my claim when we return, and worst case, I shall use my connections to the top of this land's council and
I get
destroy
the feeling that if you
previous
don't take care of this, they're going to make it that you were an imposter and that you're going to lose your claim.
Well, luckily, my backstory includes...
Wait, your clairvoyance only lasts for 10 minutes, correct?
Yeah,
Great. I just mean that at the very tail end of it, you hear, now calling 51.
Fair enough.
So it goes about, I would say, probably like, if you're lucky, 1 or 2 numbers per every 10 minutes.
Luckily,
it's been a while. Perhaps you should.
It was 51. I'm at 281. I do not believe my number will be called today.
It's been 2 hours since that number has been called.
It's 51. Oh, fair enough. Well, there's a man, hopefully he's standing up there waiting for my number to be called. The nice thing about this is, recalling my backstory, I studied here for many years and have made many strong relationships with the people here that have served me well into adulthood. So I do not fear for my ability to prove who I am from that regard. And my guess is since my father was, a farmer here, well, he owned a plantation here for quite a while, that there are many, many, many documents contained within the halls of records with his signature on them, and should be a fairly short debate. But we shall see. We shall see. Perhaps I shall be burning a man to death in my own house.
I'm just thinking about what happened back in West Harbor, and I just don't want to see that happen to you.
What was that?
Just having to deal with the law skill and everything else, and having to deal with people that you think you can trust and you can't.
Well, I could go check and see if our man at the table is still standing around holding my ticket.
Are you gonna dip back to City
Why
Hall
not?
just a
We
little bit?
leave in the morning, correct?
Yeah. I know, midnight.
Midnight.
Midnight. Do we leave at midnight? I don't imagine they're even open till midnight, so I shall go check on our man.
And you see, and you get there relatively easily, and you see there, now calling 72, and everyone's just like, oh, come on! And you see just standing in the corner, who's not paying you any attention, just this brooding man in a dark thing, and he's just like tapping his foot.
I'll go over to him and give him some instructions, since he definitely will be here for quite a while, possibly throughout tomorrow, the day after, and the day after. And just to let him know the primary dispute is that my father's signature was definitely forged on this deed and needs to be resolved. I believe he is an intelligent enough man that he could probably handle the the details of finding my father's signature.
You instructed me specifically to wait until your number is called, and City Hall closes in about 4 hours. I would say my time is up after 4 hours. I'm more than happy to wait. Maybe the line will move much quicker, but I did my end of the bargain.
Fair enough. Not truly knowing anything about my true history because I'm a player.
Yeah.
What
are you specifically looking for?
I'm a bit at a loss as to what I would do in a situation in real life here.
I mean, it's however you want to go about it. Like, the only thing you know is that Ebenezer Pilius Pot bought your house 3 months ago.
Yes, he contains a document with my father's forged signature on it. It is very clearly not my father's signature.
Right,
so
correct.
somebody has either provided him with a false deed, or he has provided himself with a false deed. And that, as far as I understand it, standing in line forever and a day is about the only way to proceed forward with this dispute process.
I mean, possibly. I mean, you could go about
The
it
other
some
option
other
is
way.
to go find Ebenezer and kill him and take the deed and say, I don't care.
Yeah,
Put
you
the
could do
deed
that.
within my hands and...
Or you can go and find
The third option is for me to simply use the next 6 hours because I am an accomplished forger, to forge an opposing deed with my father's correct signature on it and tell him to hit the road.
What
I mean-
what happens when they find that his deed's legit?
Well, if I
Some
spend
way,
time
shape,
on it, my deed will be just as legit because his is clearly a forgery.
Yeah.
Well,
Wouldn't it be easier just
the
to find?
signature was forged. The actual paper was
makes-
stamped. Yeah.
That makes it a forgery.
Yeah.
A forged signature is a forged signature.
Why don't you go and find documents with your father's
That would
handwriting?
require standing in line. Or getting back into my house, which I believe I'm assuming.
Searched.
You
pretty
searched
heavily.
pretty well. I mean, what documents
We
you were able to
weren't
find.
looking for my father's signature at the time.
And you could find your father's signature. That's not, but you couldn't find any deed of transfer from him from Grover Cella to Chester Cella. But his
Why
random
would there be a
document-
deed of transfer from my father to myself?
I mean,
That is not usually how that works.
well, okay.
I'm just, I don't know the law of this land.
I mean,
Wheels.
are you trying to question the DM right now? So,
It is-
yeah.
it is a-
Yeah, so you would have to transfer the title from him to you.
Okay.
Yes, and you
And
could
I
not find
that
specifically-
document.
Yes.
Well,
We've got time. I'll wait.
again, I'm at a bit of a loss as to how to proceed. Are there any suggestions?
We wait here until they close. If your number is not called, we go and take care of whatever business we have to take care of.
Anything else going on in this town?
And you guys can go gallivant around or stir up some trouble in the wild animal market.
Is there a way to clear this line? Do I have a
There
spell?
is. I don't think it would go well for anyone.
Not your way. Not your way.
How to speed up the DMV? Okay.
Well, if there's no one in line at the DMV, you are in the front of the line. Perhaps I could walk up to the front of the line and
Perhaps
see.
you could bribe your way fast to a faster.
However you want to go about it. Yeah. It's weird.
All right, search for the person at the front of the line with the,
You know what? Let me go and try and bribe somebody.
I shall.
Because I am unaffiliated with you.
Fair enough.
So you're just trying to
I'm
look
gonna
for the person.
disguise
with the-
myself.
Okay, as?
Just some random guy. A well-dressed random guy.
Okay, because, I mean, you by yourself is technically a random guy to
Yeah.
most of these people anyway, but okay.
Some other random guy.
Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
And yeah, I just need. So I go up and go. Is there any way that I could speak to someone quickly? And I put down 5 gold pieces.
Wow.
It is quite important.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. It's 5 gold. 5 gold is that's a lot.
To a DMV?
You just slid like $500.
With it.
Can I use inspiration?
Sure, so, sure. You can definitely use your inspiration.
Reroll both.
Yeah. Because it's still with advantage. Yeah.
That's better. That is much better. 22.
22. What number do you have?
281.
281.
Now calling 281, and everyone's like, oh god! and everyone just starts charging in, like closer to the desk now. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
10.
10. I would say, like, as the mad mob of going from, what was it, at like 81 to 281 in one call, they're like distorting.
Blessing of the trickster.
Too far. And you see
Save that for me.
poor Sebastian, as the mob, they're just like, it's like Black Friday at a Walmart. And it's like Sebastian's just like, you're gonna take some damage from being trampled by people.
Oh, I'm being attacked. I'm only defending myself.
You're not. I mean, oh, I rolled so bad. I rolled the lowest on all dice. You take 4 points of damage, of bludgeoning damage, as you see Sebastian trying to crawl out of the mob. He's like,
Okay.
and then Law Skill, just like, because this is City Hall, and they're just starting to corral people, like control the crowd. Is like, and the person at the desk is like, go.
And I'm like, come on.
Cheers.
Nice.
That's what we do.
It took you guys 38 minutes to figure that up.
I'm not one to bribe people, can I say? All right. I have beef.
And you walk in, you see
Where's the beef?
the same Wendy's. Okay, so you walk in and you see a clerical person there with the law skill symbol on their shirt. Definitely not a soldier by any means, but probably some more clerical workers. Like, yes, your number's called. Sit down. How can I assist you?
Well, I arrived home after a few years abroad to find my servants had abandoned my estate for a few months, and within those few months, a man had produced a deed with the forged signature of my father on it, declaring that my property had transferred to him.
Right. A report came in yesterday for an investigation on this matter. Let me see. What is your last name?
Cella.
Okay. Oh, Cella, you say?
Yes, Mr. Chester Cella.
Son of Grover Cella?
Correct, sir.
Okay. Well-known man in these parts. He goes through just a bunch of files. It's like, well, what are you specifically looking for to try to prove that
Well,
the
for
sale and
one-
transfer was fraudulent?
For one, yes, the signature on the deed was definitely not my father's signature. I have many documents, I'm sure, with many merchants around town in their records that could prove very contritely.
This is going to take a while. As this person just looks up, it's just like, oh man, because your father's been dead for a while, so he has to go through like 50 years. It's like, well, you do have an outgoing investigation going on for your case. So you're trying to prove that the sale of transfer that happened 3 years ago,
3 months ago.
3 months ago, my bad, that the signature was forged.
Correct.
Right. That just means I have to find a document to prove it in our records that it was forged. Oh boy. And that clerical worker goes about just basically, as you guys sit in the chair, twiddling your thumbs, whatever you guys want to do, in like this area of like, if you guys want to do anything, you're just going climbing on ladders.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. As you wait.
Yeah. My
Sure.
ritual.
Fair
Sure.
enough.
Actually, sure. I'm curious. Let's see. Actually,
Good way to
here-
kill 11 minutes.
Cast thaumaturgy and make a little play of light in front of
No,
the
you don't. The only
characters.
magic you would get is like the
my
stuff
God.
that you guys would be holding. There's no magic.
You
There's a
invent
lot of
television.
paperwork. Okay. I found something here from, but strange. So this is a copy of the deed of the sale and transfer, because Mr. Potts did buy your home from the housing committee because your house was closed down because apparently no one was there for a while, seized by the state. So
Well, that is a very different story. Seized by the state is a very different prospect.
that is true. Huh. I will be sending this evidence towards the rest of the law scale to push forward your investigation.
Typically, the state contacts the current owner before they seize the property,
Not in Solari. Well,
especially when he's well connected.
well, you've been gone for a decade, basically, but just no.
Well,
Still pay everything.
Yeah. So I will. This is damning evidence. I will forward this along, and hopefully we can get this issue resolved as soon as possible.
Would appreciate it.
You will need to come back to the committee with both parties as we present evidence to see how we would go about this. But your case looks pretty good so far.
What,
I feel bad. I feel bad for the other party for buying a house from a house that didn't belong to him. But this is gonna be a tricky situation. Well, we'll set up something for both parties to meet here with the housing committee, and you will be contacted at a further notice. Where are you currently staying right now? Slithering.
Slytherin.
Slithering Cauldron.
Slithering Cauldron.
Yes. We will inform you when we will bring both parties and get this resolved.
Now, I will be gone for the next probably week or so on business,
Bureaucracy takes a long time.
just to make sure.
It's glorious to watch.
Yes.
I do have a man here just in case. He has a fine scar along the side of his cheek. You may not know him. He may appear to present for me.
Okay.
But I'll probably be back in time if it's bureaucracy. That's
Right. We will contact you whenever the time comes. So have a good day, sir. Thank you for being patient, and hopefully your issue will be resolved as soon as possible.
Hooray! Let's go kill.
Sure, we're good people now.
I mean, let's
Yeah.
go adventure.
Bureaucracy.
Going to go.
I can't believe in my life would I ever have to do bureaucratic civil law in a D&D game.
Well, you are
Okay.
the mastermind of this.
No, I'm just surprised this happened, but yeah.
Waterdeep turned into Tavern Simulator.
And this turned into civil law court. So yeah.
I feel like
Sirenscape, give us the appropriate music.
Dun, 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 dun,
like I should have left a curse on that lock that we could not open.
I miss watching this.
There's a jar of pickles around there somewhere.
There is a
I thought you
jar.
took it back and tried to give it to Pal.
Yeah.
Did you take it back or did you leave it at the door?
You
No,
know,
I offered it. I am actually.
Oh, you
I'll
have
just say you have it. You
have
have it.
the
Let's
jar
make it
with
simple.
me.
I don't want a poor law skill man to figure out like, oh, jar of
Yeah,
pickles.
yes.
No.
You guys have the pickles though.
Perhaps on our next journey, I shall curse one of Peleus's fine potions and pretend that we have dropped it. And on his next to where his little workshop was.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
Can we at least
Shall
try?
we?
Eventually, I just
Be
want
better.
pickles.
yeah, can we actually pretend that we're actually good people and not?
Can we be good people?
Yes.
That's a stretch.
I do believe defending my homestead from usurpers is good, doing the
Yes,
good work
but
of
let's
Ed.
not try killing them. I
And we
mean,
went about it
But
the
you
right
did want
way.
to immolate the man in your own house and burn the house down as evidence. So I mean, whether or not you are morally
But
good,
did he?
But no, he didn't. But that's still dangerous thoughts.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm done with my.
done with
I'm
my
ready for
rambling
midnight if everyone
business.
else is.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about the pet shop? I thought someone wanted to free some things.
I did, but I don't have any.
I mean,
don't
do you
have
want to?
Means to do so.
I also
bad is it
am
working
useless.
Huh?
I
How bad
literally
is it
am
looking
useless.
It's pretty bad. They've got
I
unicorn.
mean, if you just like
unicorn,
unlock the
they've got-
cage at least.
I mean,
Yeah.
could just
How's
sneak
that
in
blessing
there
the
and
tricks
unlock
you're
all
gonna
the
We
work?
have an accomplished stealthy man, and I'm sure I can help him a bit.
And I
Just like
can
unlock and then you
make him
run
invisible.
out.
Is that like what, quadruple advantage?
So I will make him
Yeah, all
invisible.
that. I mean, I
So-
really do want to free those animals.
So
that
you're
are
invisible.
actually in
Well, you
a
have
bad way.
politely
Okay.
helped me with my side quest. Perhaps we shall go help you with yours.
all right. So let me get this straight. You guys are going back to Oren's House of Beasts. Okay. So
It's definitely not midnight if the bureaucracy
it's
is
not
still open.
No, it's not. It's not there. It's about like 5 o'clock now. So,
I don't want to
so-
wait till the cover of night.
so do you guys want to go back to the house? of Beasts?
What?
not.
Sebastian?
If that creature does get loose, it's
Creatures.
probably not going to stay confined to this place, and it may end up hurting innocent people.
Yes, the thing
he's
is,
got
we
a good
talk to
point.
them if we could, and perhaps maybe
I mean, the world is a very strange place, and beasts are often fearsome and
Beasts.
beastly.
So I will say this right now. Even these quote-unquote beasts do have certain alignments. Some are neutral, some are good, some are not. Some are
Well, I
definitely
definitely
not.
think that
So
the unicorns should at least be let go. They are good creatures and they're sacred.
That I can get behind, but the angry creatures like the owl bear or the ape-like one,
Yeah.
I do not feel comfortable freeing that.
Invisibility and blessing the trickster.
I will help you free anything you want.
so you're gonna cast invisibility. You
Blessing of the
invisibility-
trickster, my
on him.
friend.
Okay. All right. So
I'm really gonna have a decent fun time.
all right.
What,
I'll,
You have to be. Nope. Yep. Nothing.
What?
Nope. You're right.
Okay.
All good.
So for the sake of this, you're not gonna get triple advantage.
I know. That's
so
fair.
you get to roll twice because of Blessing of the Trickster, and for the sake of this, unless you really botch your stealth check, no one's gonna be able to see you because, of course, you are invisible. Of course, if you were to move like the tent flap and etc., you might risk being. But yeah, make a stealth check. You guys are near Orin's House of Beasts.
And thank goodness I got so much luck and inspiration.
And maybe just go get that puppy too, because there's a little puppy that is very sick and could die.
Yeah, save the
Whoa.
puppy.
Well,
Keeping the puppy.
perhaps we should.
Oh yeah, 27 for stealth.
27. Okay, before he stealths in,
Thank you, blessing the trickster.
yeah, pretty good. So as you go in, Orin's is pretty busy because even after you guys left with the owlbear, they keep bringing in more beasts. You see another one of those white gorilla-like things with a tusk and 4 arms. And yeah, and
Perhaps not that.
so as you're inside,
Just gonna look around.
let me double check the awareness of a Commodon.
I do have.
You rolled
yeah,
27,
wounds
right?
If something is.
So what?
27, yeah.
wounds If something is alien.
Yeah, this ain't. This
That's
is,
true. The puppy did look rather sick.
but it is a winter.
Unicorn does move bad, yeah. Unless if it's still there.
Okay.
I don't know.
Ooh,
How intelligent are unicorns?
amazing
Speak
passive
to them?
perception.
They're
It is a
apparently
cat.
they ought to be intelligent.
27, right?
Yeah.
You lucky son of a. Just under 25 on its perception check. Mika, who's sitting in the corner.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm not doing that for reals. That would not go well.
I mean, the only thing that I would actually say about opening those cages would creating a diversion to get those other animals that are good out. The only thing I would say, doesn't have to do with, you're already doing this, but
I wish I had
Something like thaumaturgy.
It's wonderful.
So as you're in
Calming
there, you see two white gorillas with 4 arms in there. You do see the owlbear. You don't see a winter wolf puppy there anymore, but you do see the unicorn there. Yes.
Damn, I want that puppy.
Too old puppy. Who?
But there is a back room to this area as well.
you could try going into the back room.
And
Not
from
that we are
just
there.
inside, you do see Mika, the Commodon, sitting there staring. Almost as if it's staring through you, but whether or not you can gauge, it can't see whether or not it can see it.
Are they open still or are they closed at this point?
They're closed, but he was able to sneak in, no
Yeah.
problem. And inside, you do see Leo or Leopold there, and a couple other burly men.
Yeah, you can look around
Are they
that
looking
way.
in my general direction of that unicorn cage?
No, actually, Leopold is there, just in the corner taking a nap, and the other 2 gentlemen are in the back, and you see them carrying more small canine, but all different sorts. One is really snappy, and this guy sort of has to muzzle him, and as he's muzzling him, you see bits of fire come out of the.
Get me that one.
Get down! And you see this other one with this big, looks like sort of like the agent with the big cutouts outside, but you see these shadows just come out of its mouth. This one looks more a bit of a mastiff, not wolf-like, with really floppy ears, and they're trying to hold it. They're trying to hold him tight.
Is there one that shoots bees out of its mouth? So when it blocks bees blast?
So you saw, and you do see the winter wolf one in the back. So there's a winter wolf. There's a winter wolf one. The other one that looks kind of like a Doberman. Mickey. Ooh, actually, this would not be nature. This would be make a religion check
Ah, crap.
to see if you could decipher what this one is.
I am not gonna be able to decipher what that one is.
It is gnarly looking. Even as
It's,
a puppy, its eyes are like glowing red, and it's not a. It's just,
Yeah, that was an 8.
That sounds
I
like a
want that.
Korra beast.
A what?
A Korra beast.
I'm not even gonna bother.
what'd you roll for religion?
Rolled an 8.
Please.
I mean, you've heard stories about like scary like canine beasts that shoot flames out of their mouths from the deepest, darkest depths of hell. But yeah.
The hell no.
That's
But whether or not you can quantify what it is, you don't know.
Yes.
The art on the back of the player's handbook.
That's hilarious. All right.
Well.
And the other thing is the puppy with the floppy ears. That shadow is coming out of its mouth. You don't know.
groovy.
Save all the puppies.
All right, in that case, I'm going to try and stealthily unlock the unicorn cage.
Okay.
See if that can act as a good distraction.
You have no keys.
I got thieves' tools, though.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna try to pick the lock? All right. So make roll a d20, add your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency, with no advantage. Because this is a technical thing. It's whether or not you can't be seen.
Sorry, so D20 with intelligence.
D20 plus intelligence modifier plus your proficiency, because you're proficient with thieves.
Double proficiency. That's actually still pretty good. That would be an 18.
18. The unicorn doesn't notice that happen. The unicorn's actually, do horses lay on their side? No,
No.
yeah, they can't. And so they're just,
Unless they're really sick.
Yeah.
They're generally unless they're
they
sick or
can't lay
they're
on their
birth.
sides, I know that.
Yeah.
They sleep standing up, right? The unicorn's slightly
Or-
asleep.
Or I thought they just
like
like go
that.
down.
They can
I
go
don't know
down.
horses.
They just. They
I would say for the sake of
on
this,
their side.
it's not enough room for him to go down, so he's sleeping standing up.
I'm very
Yeah, most
quiet.
horses do sleep so.
I sent him a message. How's it going in there? You can reply.
Open the unicorn cage. Let's see if we can get him out. Cause a distraction. Oh, and get him free at the same time.
Okay.
So just the unicorn, not gonna risk doing anything else.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm done with that.
Oh, okay.
I just very quietly whispered, "Go." Very, very quietly.
And you see the unicorn just, and then you see the commandant just like starts growling, and then Leo wakes up and was like, oh, no, back in. He
Yeah.
grabs like a pike. He's like, back in.
While he does that, I try to go over to where are the other guards distracted by this, or trying to take care of the puppies?
No, actually, they're helping out contain the unicorn. I actually need to check the unicorn because I think they have a very special thing they can do when they're freed up and not in a cage of contained power. Hold on, I think they can teleport.
Magical properties to
I think they can teleport.
I hope so.
That's cool.
I'm pretty sure unicorns can teleport.
Is any magical properties to the poop?
No.
They're not halflings.
So in the meantime, what are you
Concerned
doing?
about the owlbear.
I'm
Just the amount
just
of-
getting out of the way so I can.
I would have gotten
puppies
that
at
out
least.
there, but that's
Okay, go to the puppies.
Have you ever seen bear poop in the real? It is like this big.
innate spellcasting?
Yeah,
Druid
little
craft,
berries.
spell tracing,
But
tangle.
what does owl poop look like?
I do know. Owl poop. They
Yeah.
don't burp. They.
You see the minute you see, so you see all three. You see all three of the animal handlers come out, and they try to corral the beast, and then you see the unicorn just dematerialize, and then pop out in the tent, and now you see. Are you hiding in the front of the tent?
I'm outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
a
all
unicorn-
outside. We're all hiding.
outside.
A
I
unicorn
can't
just
speak.
materialized
yeah.
right in front of you.
I'm gonna cast
This one
speak
right here.
animals.
This one right here.
I will cast speak animals. Speak with animals. You better get away from here.
Right. I'm
I
running.
cast invisibility on it.
Okay. Yeah, and then you see.
Wait, no, wait. Cast invisibility.
That ends his invisibility.
Yeah, so don't do that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
it does. Okay.
concentration.
Oh, yeah.
Do you still do it?
No, I don't.
Do we have a way to help
I don't.
him?
Maybe. Pass without trace.
Okay, sure. And you're stealthy. Sure. And you see this unicorn literally running gracefully through the
Wait,
marketplace.
he must be with us to pass without trace.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. So and you see like commotion out there. All the five are running out now, and they're like, oh god, and they're chasing after.
You
the
could ride.
unicorn.
You could ride
I'm gonna,
with it.
okay,
Yeah.
well, I could go.
I
Could I
do what?
maybe
You could
sneak,
ride with
try
it.
to sneak
If
in
I-
if there's no one else there to try and
Can we-
unicorn?
They all left. There's no one left inside of Orin's House of Beasts.
Can we ask it real quick before it runs away? Can we ask if I ride with you, I can pass without trace you outside the city?
Okay, so
Do you want to ride on the unicorn?
I'm just
the
going to
unicorn.
relay this and ask the unicorn if it's okay, because we are trying to get him out of the city, and if he could ride with him.
Persuasion check with advantage. Sure.
The only way.
I just message meet you at the docks.
I got
at
nat
midnight.
20.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Jump on! Come on! And now Chester's riding through South Carolina unicorn.
So they just all left. Like, I think we could actually get inside and try to help some of
So
these
now
other
you see
creatures.
those three chasing you. Leopold's like, Thief! Run! Thief! Stop the beast! Lost it!
Pass
Stop
without
the beast!
trace.
And you're doing it. Oh, he can only teleport once a day, by the way, and you used it. So
Yeah, pass without trace. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including
So
you.
plus 10 stealth. Yes.
Plus 10 bonus to dexterity.
Jeez.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He's trampling away. It's a unicorn.
It leaves
man.
no tracks or traces of its passage.
So no tracks, yes. It
And
won't
no
be-
traces.
No traces. So they'll still try to chase you. They'll see you for how long they'll see you, okay? So they're still trying to chase you.
There's
you
a
guys,
nearby forest, I'm sure.
We should probably go in right now.
Yeah, you guys are. There's nothing in
Okay.
Orange.
We better get. We better let go whatever we're gonna let go. We're gonna talk to the Albert, sir.
No, Mika. Mika is still
Oh, that's
there.
right.
The
Mika's
Commandant.
still
And the
there.
Commandant is now. Everybody make wisdom saving throws because all the snakes release this vapor out of its.
Is it if you're
Wait, me too,
still
or-
outside the tent? Is it coming
They don't
out?
see you.
Well, should we go? Are we all going in? Because you guys could stop me.
30-foot cone.
I'm not
yeah.
going to release any of the other creatures.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
I'll go.
racing away on a
No,
unicorn.
so as you guys go in, Mika does not see
that's
you,
fine.
but
I'm not
Sebastian.
going in.
That's
Oh, you're
okay.
not
I got
going in.
wisdom
So
saving.
no, not wisdom. Sorry, it's actually Constitution saving throw. Both of you.
Oh, even better.
Even
Thank
better.
you.
Actually,
17.
Okay.
I got 19.
19. Dang, you guys passed. As the snakes just release this gaseous thing, and you get really woozy, but you guys shake it off. Wait, hold on. What happens if you succeed?
like I'm gonna
Unconscious.
Smack that.
Nope. No, you're fine.
Smack the snake.
Smack the snake. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, look.
I forgot to mention, I cast disguise self on myself.
Okay. What do you change
I
yourself
appear
to?
to be a large fat dwarf riding around on a unicorn.
Oh, Norfolk is back.
Dwarfo!
And you're riding around a unicorn through the market. Okay, you guys are in.
There might be wanted posters for
So we gotta
Dwarfo.
go. We gotta do this quickly because they might
All
not
right.
come back. They
So
might come back very
the
quickly.
sleep breath comes back in a recharge. So you guys better hurry up. It's
Yeah, we
recharging.
better-
the
Okay,
nurse.
tell me which ones aren't that violent. Because I
Okay.
don't know any.
You guys have no keys. So
These tools!
Yeah, but it takes a while to use them. If you find keys,
Smashing,
All
throw
right.
me my axe.
Investigation
I'm
for
outside.
thieves' tools.
Damn it.
then.
yeah, roll it.
Wait, I'm going back outside, getting my axe and coming back in. Yeah.
Okay, so you made it.
I'm gonna lucky that.
Sebastian,
Sure,
keep
you're
an
out of
eye,
luck.
see if they come back.
No,
Okay,
memorize.
I'll send a
Oh,
message
right,
if they're coming
fine.
back.
All right, good. Anyway, so we're just gonna go.
I'm
do
ready.
this rest
Yeah,
of the
someone
mission.
help us investigate for keys.
I'm gonna have Sebastian.
No, too late. What is it?
Can I use another
You
inspiration?
can. If you want.
Fast. Go
Fast,
fast.
fast, go.
Are you? Screw you!
Okay, well, I'm just
6. No,
I
8.
got nat 20 for investigation.
Okay, fine. They're in the back. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
wish you did that first.
Oh, now the dogs. Now you see the dogs, and they're just trying to shake off each of their muzzles.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll grab the werewolf.
I'll
The winter wolf. Okay.
The winter wolf.
grab one of them.
Which one? The one with the shadows in his mouth, or the one that's
The not violent one.
You can't tell whether or not either one of them.
I'll try talking, but they might be muzzled, so but I don't know if they can talk.
What about bees?
I really want to help this out.
Okay, which one?
Screw it, I'll take the fire one.
Fire. Okay, take the shadow.
Whatever you want.
Okay, wait. Animal handling?
But animal handling. Yes.
16.
Good. You popped the muzzle right off. Are you doing one too?
Oh god, I just feel bad for these puppies, but I don't know if I really want to get them. Fuck it, I'll just like fine, we're gonna take this puppy.
Just do it, come on.
And I'm gonna unlock the owlbear's cage because I'm like, just go, just run, just please be free.
And the owlbear just breaks into the city. No! Like, ah! And the owlbear just running through every
Don't
carts
do
and
anything,
stuff.
just be free.
Okay, owlbear's got the two
And I'm
gorillas
gonna
are
go.
still shaking the
All right,
cage.
I'm gonna go. We're just leaving.
Did you leave the other
No,
puppy?
I grabbed the puppy.
You might want to have to roll for animal
All right,
handling.
Yeah.
maybe I'll roll handling him. I got 15.
Good enough. Muzzle off. Okay, so
Okay,
do you guys
we're running out.
bag?
We're leaving.
I'll grab the puppies, let's go.
I put mine in my backpack,
I'm grabbing them in my hands, I can't.
Put it in there.
but I'm invisible, so it's like I just casually.
I still look like somebody else. Random guy.
Okay, we're leaving.
and you hear bells ringing, horns, and you see lost scale soldiers perched on roofs shooting arrows at you. That is a, I'll say, this is disadvantage because you're riding on a horse. Oh no, I rolled a 20 and a 19. That they definitely.
Dormo!
No, they're shooting at the unicorn.
What? Unicorn better, but shouldn't the unicorn be?
It's not that much damage. It's only with the modifier. It's probably like 2.
What can I cast?
Okay, it's not that much. The unicorn only takes 8 points of damage. Nothing. So it sinks into the unicorn. Here, ride your unicorn.
We have
The unicorn gets 2 arrows to the back, and you see it. And it struggles a little bit now. And now you see Leopold and gang. They kept up with you relatively well.
They can't. What?
Oh, never mind. My bad. The lost scale is now peeling around the corner, and they're getting closer to you because they're trying to stop the unicorn. They're still like 30 feet away from you.
Okay, so we are gonna go back to our. We left.
Docks.
We done. We're gone.
Where am I
still
at
holding
this
the
point?
puppies.
Just go to find the forest or something.
I was I guess, going to the forest. I don't know.
The forest?
Where am I?
You're in metropolitan area.
You're just riding out.
I would have been riding to, I don't know, somewhere in the
Are you trying to
shadows.
get out of town?
How
The
often can
Cella
we do this?
Estate? Where do you want to go?
Somewhere not here.
We're not here. Okay.
Somewhere with
Can you
forest or
cast
trees or
blink?
something.
You are nowhere near forest and trees. This is the
I
south.
could cast blink, but I cannot take the horse with me, the unicorn with me.
You're riding on a unicorn now.
Can
you
it
tell me.
blink?
It cannot blink.
I mean, can it make
Go into
itself
the desert. I don't know.
this way to
Okay,
freedom?
blink. No, blink is just on yourself.
No, but can it
It's,
cast its? It can teleport. How often?
Once a day.
It used its teleport once a day to get out of the.
Right, and I don't want it to be caught again. I don't know that I have anything for it.
Or you can keep riding and
Keep
risk.
riding and heal it, and riding and heal it.
I will.
Yeah.
What is its hit points? Do I know? Does it know?
It 8 was nothing.
Okay, let's keep going.
I think it has more hit points than you.
I have a lot of hit points. Let's go.
Okay, so we
Going,
get
more pot
back to
shots.
our. We
More
get
pot
back.
shots.
We were hiding these puppies, and we're getting back.
Yeah,
to
these are terrible. Yeah.
All right, go,
Riding.
go. I cast thaumaturgy behind me. Big blast of light. Go.
And you grab the puppies and
We just got.
I'm just holding the dog in my hands now.
they're all yipping at you. They're trying to bite at you.
That's fine. I don't care.
walking.
I will take the damage.
I'm still invisible, walking calmly with the winter wolf in my
I'm just gonna hide
rucksack.
Them. Just
Okay, the
let's
winter
hide
wolf
them.
is in your rucksack.
I go to
not in
a
the
bench
knapsack, I'm
and
gonna
I
hide
start
them
casting a
under,
spell,
you know.
ritual spell. Oh god.
Okay.
Wait, I'm wearing a cloak. I'll try to hide him under the cloak.
I'm trying to put the clothes.
Oh man.
We're
This is
walking.
good. You take like 11 points of like biting damage. Just
Fine.
still nipping at you.
Fine, I don't care.
All right,
I have enough.
So we're gonna get back to the place and get back into the Slytherin cauldron. We're gonna walk upstairs. Very, we're kind of like.
You're
this.
running out. And it's like,
We're just-
oh, you're Chester's friends. Oh, and your guys are walking fast. Now, what is under your... What is under?
Have a good night. I'll come down in a
Yeah.
few
Do
minutes.
not disturb our
And
rooms.
actually, we'll come back down in a few minutes and actually do
Okay.
a great performance.
I'm still invisible, aren't I?
Yeah, you're still...
Chester's probably on
Chester,
the other
what were
side.
you doing?
But I'm
Casting a
Chester,
spell
I'm
for
sorry.
us.
Phantom steed.
Oh, right, because you did get that.
So it creates
Yes.
a quasi-real horse-like creature. Appears on the ground in unoccupied space of your choice. And it's a speed of 100 feet and can travel 10 miles in an hour.
Whoa.
So I just tell it to like go that way and cause havoc.
The
already have an owlbear.
The owlbear is already making a ruckus.
just-
the phantom steed is I'm guessing you just made it look like
Maybe-
a unicorn.
maybe-
So now
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
running
yeah.
all over the
Yeah.
place, and then the lost girl's like, "Wait, the unicorn is this way! Run!" And you still got a couple trying to chase you, but you're near the outskirts of Southport now.
All right. To the woods.
To the desert.
That's 6 days the other way.
To the water.
To the water, that's south. So you would have to. So you want to get to the
Around the city.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
You want to go somewhere
just-
where you can let it go, so it can
Yeah,
do its
just-
thing, because
yeah,
it can
yeah,
blink
let it go.
after it's out.
Yeah, let it go and not be Dwarfo.
All
You'll be
right.
fine.
I know you might not quite understand common. Go somewhere safe.
I think they can't speak common.
Okay.
Can you get? All right.
Let me double check.
Maybe.
Start a winery out here. I don't know.
Is this turning into
I drink
BoJack
it.
right now?
I would drink it.
Do not
Watching season 5 too?
Let's not actually make this BoJack, okay? Come on.
Are you naming your? Are you naming your?
Our friend,
A friend, because I'm sure it has its own name. If I can speak common, it probably is. It's
Unicorn,
sentient.
unicorn. Okay, there you go. Languages: Celestial, Elvish, Sylvan.
Oh, well, I speak Elvish.
Oh yeah, what do you say to it?
Where would you like to go? What would be safe for you?
I don't know. Away from here.
Where
but,
did you come from?
all the way back in the forest. They took me far away from my house to get me here.
Well, let's find you a safe rock to hide under till you can blink again. Teleport, whatever.
Thank you. I will do my best to head back home. But,
Fantastic. Friend, may we call on you perhaps in the future sometime in case we might need a intern favor?
if you can find me in.
Luckily, I have this great
Elven
spell that I can send your way.
You can find me in the Elven Kingdom, the Elven area.
What is your name?
BoJack.
Well, thank
BoJack the unicorn.
That just seems really.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh my god.
And I assume we are in some sort of cover at this point.
You're out of the
Dismount.
city. You are like closer to like outskirt farmland. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And BoJack, my friend, thank you so much. I dropped the dwarfo look, unfortunately. BoJack, my friend, thank you for your help. And I just send you over this one word of advice. Beware jars of pickles. Good day.
And he just rides off into
That
the
poor
sunset.
unicorn.
The hooves would be really hard to open the jar.
Okay, back to you guys that are in the inn right now. Do you rejoin with them at the inn? or-
I'm still in my room, yeah.
No,
Oh,
okay,
we all
went to our
get into
rooms.
it. Well,
So you
no,
guys,
let's get
no one stayed
together.
behind at Orin's house.
No, like all of us in one room.
hell
Yeah, we're all in one.
We're all in one of like someone's room.
All right, you guys now have a. You realize as you pick up your bag literally crumbles to pieces as this winter wolf throws your bag over. You might. You, on the other hand, you pick up your where you hit them up, and you realize there are burn marks all over your body because he's been breathing fire. And
That's fine.
let me double check what the other one can do.
Can you tell them to stop hurting me, please?
Yeah,
Thank
yes,
you.
I will. In animal speak, I will ask
I
them
guess I'm
to.
gonna
Somebody's
go
gonna
show.
put
I
them
will
down
ask
and
them
then walk
to,
away.
please stop. We will give them food.
He's in Volos. I think he's. No, he's in Volos. Wait, no, Volos. Wait, one of these.
Yeah,
How much damage
like,
did I get
please
from
those
burns?
guys?
11. It was 11.
Yeah.
No, 11 first, but then the burns on the
Oh,
body
by the
were
way, the
something
one
different.
that's with the floppy ears, a big Glasgow smile with the really wide Joker smile, that's a Shadow Master.
I was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh, by
what
the way,
that
all these creatures are all chaotic evil, by the way, but okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they?
What?
Every single one of them, yeah. Winter Wolves, Hellhounds, and Shadow Masters are all chaotic evil.
I shouldn't be happy about
Ah,
this.
crap.
And you have them in your possession now.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
at least some
he's not
foreign
cute.
dignitary.
these are
with,
some bad
ideas.
animals,
little
apparently.
puppy-
Damn it, I got taken in by their
Yeah, but
cuteness.
they're-
They would be sold to bad people.
Yes, they would be actually.
You've done a great thing here.
Shadow Masters,
I think.
Yeah, but
they're not the
puppies.
teleporting ones. No, they're not the. Shadow Masters are the ones that turn in. No, Blink Dogs are the ones that teleport. They're the ones that turn invisible. So, as you see right now, it just dematerializes in your hand, and you hear it just. They're just running around in circles all over the place, like causing.
I'm
havoc.
going to just bring out meat.
That's a good idea.
Sick bird.
Well, they are puppies.
Animal
Don't want to be
handling.
that evil.
Last check. The animal handling.
Well, we'll
We
speak
have
with
plenty of
animals.
horse meat.
We'll speak with animals.
Yeah,
Well,
sure. With advantage, I don't care.
I got it.
With advantage.
advantage.
With advantage.
With
With
advantage.
advantage.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, I got nothing. Nope.
Tell me the number.
3.
Oh, 3. It was 3. Sorry, it was 3.
3
Because I had
plus-
3
Okay.
Plus your animal
5.
handling.
I got nothing, so you
So,
guys can help.
the Winter Wolf.
Even though I
Wolf.
have speak with animals.
The Winter Wolf gets at the meat, the Hellhound gets at the meat, and the Shadow Master jumps up and just bites your hand.
Well, the Winter Wolf's with me, though.
Oh, with you. You're all in the
We're
same
all
room.
in the same room.
We're all in
Oh,
the same room.
Okay. Never mind.
I'm like,
You
"Oh!"
take 10 points of piercing damage as it just bites onto your hand.
Okay, that was not exactly what I wanted. All right, can I try again? I'll try again. But
Okay.
I got nat 20.
Okay, and you're able to grab more meat and just calm everyone down. All the dogs are still growling and very. They're compliant.
I take up.
Okay,
Just tell them not to hurt us.
Well,
I
hurt
take
everyone else.
I take out my water skin
Yeah.
so the winter wolf can drink.
Okay. It's drinking.
Any of them, yeah. You get. All right,
Are you,
puppies.
actually, is there like a bowl we can? Oh wait, we have a certain helm.
I am not with you guys.
We're just gonna stab it through the
Getting a
floor.
bowl is not hard.
So,
It's not hard.
Yeah, then we make a bowl and just
so-
pour it in there for him.
Yeah.
Sure.
we need you to calm down. We are here to help you.
Chaotic evil.
That's I
All
know.
3 of them. Yeah.
All 3 of them. Maybe we should have another misery.
What?
What?
I don't know. That's bad.
They're
Yeah, but wisdom
puppies.
of 5,
Ew.
so that's what EO would do. Yeah.
What? But they're what?
Yeah.
Kill them?
I don't know. Like, how you guys want to go about it.
I mean,
I
they're-
thought you were a lover.
I am a lover, but I don't even know if you're back there. Did you blink back into the?
Oh no, you're still outside.
Yeah, you're
town.
not with us.
You're still dwarfo.
No, I dropped.
Okay, I don't.
dropped.
I don't.
I would say
know
Chester
exactly-
makes it to you like a couple minutes later, and you see EO with his hands all bloody after.
Yeah, I'm gonna do healing word.
Perhaps we should.
Okay, we have a problem. Apparently, these not we fed them with meat, and
They're young.
They're young.
They act like children. They're not gonna inherently go out to murder you.
Perhaps
Yeah,
we could
They are.
turn them to our side.
We could try. I could try. I'll sing them a song to see
mean,
if that will lullaby them.
Good people with a
Sure,
hellhound.
performance
You know,
check.
as you
Why not?
Oh wow.
Performance check.
29.
Damn.
Wow.
I will say for the sake of this, after their day, they all 3 fall asleep. You now in your possession have a chaotic evil winter wolf, hellhound, and shadow mastiff in
do
your
you-
possession.
Yeah, we can train them. They won't
No.
necessarily be evil.
I don't
Train
Was it
them.
their
I heard
upbringing
train
or
for some
their-
reason. Sorry.
Nature or nurture?
Nature or nurture right now.
It's nurture.
Perhaps the evil will be on our side.
Perhaps I could hide them in my bag for 20 minutes.
Your bag is like a vacuum. They would
die.
they would suffocate to death.
Perhaps we could discover where Pilius Pops is residing and let them loose in his
No,
hotel room.
no,
God,
that's not
can
what-
we,
guys,
can
we're
we
not-
please be good people?
Hey, they're also people like
Please.
sleeping, so.
Yeah, we've done enough releasing the
And-
owl there.
And that's where we're gonna end for the day. We apologize that we had that weird break in between. I mean, PG&E. What can we do about it? Thank you for everyone who stopped in today. It was wow. Okay, well, we had bureaucracy and we had the dogs and
Yeah.
unicorns and stuff.
turned
So
it into
Meow
Face.
that actually got away.
yeah, like I said, thank you to everyone who's there. Don't forget to subscribe on
was
YouTube.
fucking
Did we
chaotic.
reach 300?
We did not reach 300.
Yeah.
Hopefully by Tuesday, we will hopefully have another giveaway. Also, but we are growing on Twitch, so we're over 270. So keep going there. We may give 2 mugs away.
Yes.
We want to reach 300.
All right, thank you everybody. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
This is
See ya.
the worst group of D&D players.